Today we have a slightly different casting lineup.
Dark side.
First up, we have Dark Seed,
Dark side.
our boy right here.
Yo. Dark side.
We also have Markshire stepping in for Follow Durden today.
What's
Markshire.
up, guys?
I'll have you guys know that Markshire is like the second coolest mark in this Discord right now.
Second
Actually,
coolest.
the
Yeah.
first coolest, but
Yeah. And not only that, he is a top 5 Hearthstone player on our team. Just a good
you're
dude.
not wrong.
What's going on, man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for these matches tonight. First up, we have MvParker of Team Rank 5 going up against Lochnessh H of Temporal Legends. And these two teams are actually at the top of their respective divisions right now. They both have 67 points heading into this week.
So this is actually a really important matchup. You definitely want your 1 seeds to pull through. And when looking at the matchup, like, I'm actually, if you look at the classes, like, I'm going to give MvParker the edge just based off of class selection, only because I think Rogue is extremely weak in THL play. Not to say it's bad in Conquest, but I think, like, there's a big difference between, like, you know, sitting down next to someone for the first time you're ever seeing them and, like, sharing classes at that point and then having Rogue versus, like, you get a week to prepare for Rogue and then you can, like, flip all your classes to be super aggressive to target Rogue.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So-
mean, Quest Rogue it's definitely the most popular variant of Rogue right now, and it
Sure.
sees a lot of play in tournaments and Open Cups, but not as much in THL because while it's really good in tournaments because of its polarizing matchups, that could kind of backfire in THL because you can target it by bringing an aggressive lineup, which Quest Rogue is generally.
That's also because
very
of the
weak to.
time limit that you get to prepare matches in THL compared
Right.
to a normal tournament as well.
Yeah, that's what I
Absolutely.
said. that's only the whole point I just made. Oh, God. Oh, Detrucci, I love you.
We actually have 2 matches played already from this match. Temporal Legends are up by 8-3.
That's
so
huge.
Involk's beaten Cassie and Hector Howell has beaten Smoked Salmon. So if Lochnessh can get a win, then they actually win the whole series.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that must have been a very recent results because I checked just about an hour earlier and those were not in. So wow, that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, Parker's got to pull out a win here, but I like I said, I'm giving him the edge. I mean, do you expect Parker to just go with, like, a full aggro lineup?
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for that route. He could go aggro, maybe. You would ban. I think he would lean towards banning Paladin.
Yeah,
if
I think you
went
ban
for that
Paladin.
route.
Most Paladins are
Aggressive
control.
decks- yeah, I think so. And aggressive decks generally do pretty well against Mage too.
Yeah.
Both against Secret Mage and Burn Mage, although they can try to hedge that matchup with cards like Volcanic Potion. But yeah, that's not a bad strategy at all for Parker. So it'll be interesting if we see that tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And I can't envision a world where Parker goes like, except for maybe like on the Paladin, he goes like a control route. But I mean, it's just Murloc Paladin be so much better for beating up on the Rogue. And I think like that's probably I brought Rogue last week and it just got swept. Like I couldn't buy a win with Rogue to save my life. So I know the struggles of like unless you just like have the absolute nut draw with Quest Rogue, you just get blown out. What are the odds that Lochnessh is like pivots and brings like a Miracle Rogue that has a few more defensive tools like Eviscerates and Fan of Knives and things like that just to beat off early aggression?
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw a Miracle Rogue from Lochnessh. That archetype definitely got a lot more popular when Muzzy included it in his lineup, which he used to get first place in the most recent, I think it was spring playoffs.
Yeah.
That happened this past weekend. Yeah, so I think that's definitely gaining in popularity. There's also the Tempo Rogue, which does decently against aggro, definitely a lot better than the other Rogue variants, although that one is not played as much, so I would be more surprised to see that. But yeah, you know, it's not always just Quest Rogue.
Yeah.
When we see Rogue in these THL lineups.
Yeah, I would like to see a Miracle Rogue actually from Lochnessh. I think he has got a better chance of beating any of these decks with Miracle Rogue. I mean, Miracle Rogue's just one of those decks that can it can make a giant Edwin on turn 1, and then you just win right on the spot. That's something Quest Rogue can't do. I would prefer to see that. It just has more game, I think, against the aggro decks.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
All right. Have the bans been communicated to us yet, or are they still working on the bans?
They're ready to go.
All right. Do we know the bans?
Let me message them quick.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get the bans, and then maybe we can kind of see what the bans kind of tell us about the lineup. But other than that, like, Lochnessh not bringing Druid also is kind of curious. I mean, I guess that's a classy cut for Rogue. Do you think that that's right, or do you think you cut something like, if you're going to bring Rogue in your lineup, you like cut the Mage? I've always viewed Mage as the fourth class in the lineup, but I could be wrong.
You actually cut out there for me, so. But what was that full question?
Lochnessh choosing to bring Rogue instead of Druid. I always am under the thought process that Mage is really the fourth class. If you're going to bring Rogue, you would cut the Mage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this means Lochnessh isn't bringing something like Druid. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what he hopes to gain by that. But, I mean, Burn Mage, I would say Burn Mage has gotten a little bit more popular over these past couple weeks. It's number 1 on the Tempo Storm deck power rankings, if that means anything to some of you viewers. So,
Rainad.
Yeah, I think he still thinks that Mage is a very strong deck.
I think Mage is a strong deck. I just view it as the fourth deck in your lineup. If you're gonna like start tinkering with the lineup, I feel like that's the one deck that really can come out. I think like Paladin and Warrior are too versatile, and those are just should always be included. But there's a lot of players that choose not to bring them, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and okay, I've just received word the players are doing their bans right now.
Okay.
So we should be getting those in soon. It looks like Parker banned Rogue and Lochnessh banned Warrior.
So, to me, if Parker's banning Rogue, he's got to have a slower lineup. He's got to have, like, maybe a Jade Druid in there, a Control Paladin, or, like, a Taunt Warrior or something. Like, you either ban Rogue and just stick to your game plan, or you target Rogue and ban something else. What do you think about... am I correct in thinking that way?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely points to a more control-oriented lineup from Parker. Also, like, he might just be scared that Lochnessh is going to pivot from Quest Rogue to something like Miracle or Tempo Rogue.
Yeah.
Maybe because Rogue is a lot more versatile than some people expect. So, yeah, I would say that means that maybe Parker is on Jade Druid, maybe a slower Paladin list, and maybe also a slower Shaman.
Sure.
Token Shaman has really exploded in popularity over these past couple weeks, but some people are still playing some slower, more control-oriented versions of Shaman. With cards like Volcano that have gotten in this expansion,
I love
the deck has a
Control
lot of power.
I love Control Shaman, you know that.
Yeah.
What was Lochness's ban?
And Lochnessh banned Parker's Warrior.
Okay.
So that's interesting because he's bringing Mage and Paladin, which are pretty good at targeting control. I mean, Taunt Warrior. But maybe he's trying to dodge Pirate Warrior, or he's bringing some different archetypes, ones that we're not expecting maybe.
Well, I mean, Warrior was a standard ban last season, it seems like, and I mean, I don't know if you could really go wrong. You get rid of 2 powerful decks right off the bat. But we're going to have Lochnessh on the bottom. We're going to have MvParker on top. Can we let them know that they're okay, that they can queue, and then we will jump in and watch the games?
I believe they've already queued, actually.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
I did it wrong. Hold on. We're going to have to back out. Start talking without me.
Yeah, well,
Go on without me, guys.
The spectator either.
Oh, I spectated Parker. Oh no, I can't get into spectator either. Rip.
Yeah, this is bad. This just isn't letting me spectate at all.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't.
My Hearthstone crashed.
Oh my god.
What is going on, guys? I'm so sorry, but we've heard.
Attempt again to spectate now.
We've heard rumors of a spectate bug going around, so we're gonna do our best to get in here. Hopefully, we can have something going on. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate. I thought that these bugs had been cleared up. But
okay, so I can see one of their decks. It looks like MvParker's going Paladin first, and we have Lochnessh on Mage.
Okay, I'm getting in now.
I'm still waiting for MvParker to add me.
Okay, I can see everything here now. I'm sorry, guys, but we're in. Mark Shire, when you get in, just hop in. But it's definitely it's an interesting mage list from Lochnessh. He's got the Archmage Antonidas, which probably hints more towards a Freeze Mage than a Burn Mage.
Yeah, I am in now. And yeah, definitely.
And
I would say the Archmage probably signifies freeze.
And like, I'm not like a Paladin expert by any means, but I'm gonna take a long shot guess and say that Parker's got N'Zoth Paladin.
The can seems to be a pretty obvious indicator of that.
I'm not an expert. I'm just taking a guess. But yeah, I think like you're just gonna throw down the Arcanologist here. It's it's a good 2/3 body. You draw a secret out of your deck, which is like one of the worst cards you could top deck. So if you could avoid top decking secrets, that's great. So I feel like you just leave up the 2/2 and play the Arcanologist.
Yeah, our Arcanologist seems really strong here. There's nothing else you want to play on too more as the mage really.
Yeah.
I think this matchup might come down to how much heal Parker is running in his deck and whether or not he draws that. And we see the Light Lord come into the
There it is.
Oh
no! Oh no, Parker!
Parker, I'm sure, was not expecting that to come out from his Dirty Rat. And, most mage lists don't run Antonidas now these days.
And he can't clear it. He can't clear it for several turns. I think, so Lochnessh is just going to get so many fireballs. Like, I don't think it's going to matter how much heal Parker has. Like, he has no way of clearing this right now.
And, even if the Antonidas did not get pulled, I'm questioning that decision to play the Dirty Rat because regular Burn Mage runs a lot of big threats. Cards like Medivh and Alexstrasza that can represent a big body. But he does have the Outlaw in hand to counter those. So
he does.
Maybe it actually is okay.
But, how scared are you of Alexstrasza when you're holding Rag Lightlord in your hand?
I don't think that's the right play.
I don't agree with it. Like, if you're holding Rag Lightlord, you could put me at 15. I'll just drop this and heal 8 back. Yeah.
Parker
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I will say that the benefit of playing the Dirty Rat there is even if you do pull the Alexstrasza or the Medivh, you do deny that battle cry value, which is really important. So I think that's what Parker was going there, and I'm actually not sure he gets punished hard by that much. That's in a typical burn or a secret mage list. Just unfortunate that he pulled the Antonidas there, and he recognizes that there's really no way he comes back from that position.
Yeah, it's tough. He had so many cheap spells he could have just comboed on for just free fireballs. He was several turns away from being able to clear it. It was a rough position for him. But I think if he pulls any card other than Antonidas, he's okay. But it was 100% chance to pull Antonidas there. But again, hindsight's 20/20. You really can't know that.
Yeah, it's really easy for us as the casters to see exactly what's in his hand. We know that he shouldn't have played Dirty Rat, but from Parker's perspective, I don't think it was that bad of a play.
But I don't know if it's ever a play that because you want to deny the battlecry values, yes, but you could do that on turn 5 with your Peacekeeper and your Dirty Rat at the same time, right? None of those battle cries are coming out before turn 5. So I don't know if there was any real urgency to get the rat out of your hand right there.
Yeah, he could have also held it. There's an argument to be had for both lines, I think. So we see Lochnessh queuing up his Paladin here, and judging by the equality in hand, I would guess that this is control or at the very least
a mid-range
list.
Now, one piece of credit I'll give Parker is that he conceded before he gave away any real information about his Paladin deck. I think you could maybe guess based off the Dirty Rat it's a control Paladin, but you have no way of knowing it's N'Zoth Paladin. And so, I mean, that's definitely a heads-up play. If you know you're not going to win, just don't deny all information from your deck as possible and then just concede. So, I mean, I'll give him that was the right thing to do after you knew you couldn't win the game.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely talk a lot about how you should never concede, always play if you think you have a slight chance to win, but I can't really fault Parker for conceding there because there's definitely merit to concealing information in a conquest format.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lochnessh doesn't have a lot of really good early game right now, and Parker's got both Hydrologists, so that's actually going to be huge for him. Not only the secret value, but just the 2/2 bodies.
Yep, it looks like Parker is gonna get a pretty nice board lead here. I think Kodo's definitely the pick here, and you can play it again. Even though you're not hitting that Kodo on a really good value target like Tyrion, getting another Hydrologist is nice, and it gets you another 2/2 and another chance at a Kodo.
Another secrets, yeah, absolutely. I think like the Hydrologist is probably the most underrated card of the whole Ungoro set.
Definitely. I think
it's a really good
lot
card.
of people underrated it because they thought Paladin as a whole wouldn't be that powerful because of how bad it was last expansion. But it's definitely one of the MVPs in Paladin list today.
Ooh, that's a big pickup too from Parker, the Gluttonous Ooze, because True Silver is going to come down the very next turn. There's really not much else Lochnessh could do. I mean, he could coin his Stampeding Kodo, but True Silver is good too, and he could save the coin for other things, and then you're going to get immediate value off of the Gluttonous Swamp Ooze and deny the both weapon charges.
Yeah, I mean, Lochnessh has 3 8-drops in hand. He's a very heavy hand right now, so you might want to save that coin to go turn 7, coin 8-drop into 8-drop, and opt to just True Silver here. He can also use the coin in conjunction with Wild Pyromancer this turn to just clear off the board completely.
It is a full clear, but again, that might not be the best use of your resources because you're going to float a mana by doing it, but he's going to opt to do it.
Right, and it's also, I'm not sure how much making this push for the board early helps in the control mirror, because, Parker can just True Silver this Pyromancer down, and Lochnessh is going to struggle to get really hold on that board lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can even fit in a secret, too, if he wants to. He can even fit in the Repentance.
Yeah, I think I definitely would like to see just him True Silver down the Pyromancer. And he could play the secret here, but I'm not sure it's doing that much for him. He might just hold it so he gets the target that he wants.
That's true too. And he's gonna have turns to he can afford to float mana. He's got a very flexible hand. Lochnessh just not picking up anything that really gives him any. I mean this Kodo is a body, but like you're really not getting any value.
Yeah, and he's just gonna equip the True Silver and pass here, and that is exactly what Parker wanted to see.
Absolutely.
He has the Gluttonous Ooze right now.
Now, if you're Parker, are you going to use it now, or are you going to save it for Tyrion? That's the question you have to be asking yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I think I would tend to use it now, just to get a little bit of a board lead now and deny the value.
I agree.
Hopefully you're in a position where when Ashbringer comes out, you're already like threatening lethal in the very late game. I definitely like playing it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to mention, he's got the Kodo, too, so potentially he gets it back. Because, well, no, he wouldn't get it back because he played it last. If there was a full board cleared, he's going to get the Hydrologist back first.
Yeah, that's true. There is a chance that happens, but yeah, from Parker's position, the Hydrologist is almost certainly going to die first.
Yeah. But again, that's still not a bad minion to get back from the Kodo. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's really nice. He's just Parker's just chaining these Hydrologists. He keeps getting these Kodos.
If you have to just keep killing 2/2s, eventually you're going to start running out of resources just from dealing with these 2/2s. And it's not really costing him anything to keep pumping them out.
Yeah, he's going to play another one, and he does not get offered the Kodo now. And these are actually pretty poor choices overall. He could go for maybe another Redemption, or he chooses Repentance. That can be good against like a Rag Light Lord or a Primordial Drake.
It's getting heavy later in the game, and that's when you're going to start to see the Light Lords, the Tyrion. I mean, it doesn't really matter about Tyrion because Tyrion's got the shield, right? So, the Light Lord and the Primordial Drake are going to start to come down. So maybe there's some merit to that. The other ones were just so bad, I don't even know which one you would pick.
Right. So Parker is going to play the Repentance out here. I think there was some merit to saving that for the next turn because it goes into your opponent's turn 8. But he's actually just going to play the Doomsayer here. I really like.
I love the Doomsayer here. There's not really a lot that can come out. It's dead card in your hand, so you might as well try to block any value minions your opponent starts to drop before his turn 8 start to come out. So now Stonehill, Ivory Knight, Kodo, you really can't safely play these minions. He's basically forcing Lochnessh to skip his turn.
And Lochnessh is going to play the Stonehill here just to get another taunt minion. in his hand. I'm not really sure if that was necessary though. Like his hand is already so full.
Yeah, it's
of
stocked.
value.
Yeah, it's really stocked, and now the card's just gonna go away. But he did proc the secret for basically
Yeah,
nothing, so that's pretty good. I mean, I think that's
yeah,
unintentional though.
yeah. I'm wondering if he actually thought that it might be repentance and went for it. But yeah, I mean, it works out. That means his 8-drop will not get its
What
health
do you
reduced to 1.
what do you think about Sunkeeper Tarim there? Like, I mean, usually that's just a snap pick, right? But if you look at the context of his hand, he can't really like abuse it like you would want to. He can't like do anything. Oh, yeah, he gets the other secret off too. That's nice. But he can't like load up on like really cheap, like just worthless minions and then buff them up. You know what I mean?
Right. He's not going to be able to use Sunkeeper offensively with his hand, but he is going to be able to use it defensively.
That's a good
possibly.
point. Yeah.
If Parker does build up a big board with Tyrion and Rag Light Lord, he can just make those minions 3/3s here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he honestly, he might choose to just play Sunkeeper this turn, just going Hero Power and Sunkeeper Theorem. It's not the prettiest play, but it can test the board decently.
Yeah. No, that's a good point you bring up as a defensive option. Playing aggro's ruined my brain. What's defensive play, boys?
Yeah, True Silver is a really great pickup for Parker here because that's going to let him kill off this Sunkeeper Terran. The downside is he probably will not be able to use the second charge, assuming that his Tyrion dies and he gets the Ashbringer from the Death Rattle, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're okay with it. You just gotta maintain control of the board, and I think that play does it. Sorry,
Right,
I have
that's
people
what Parker's...
coming around me.
It's okay. Yeah, that's pretty much Parker's game plan right now. He already has them the Zod. He's just looking to pick up one more good Death Rattle, and then I think he just wants to play the N'Zoth.
Yeah.
Try to pressure Lochnessh as much as possible. We see that Lochnessh is definitely winning on the card advantage side. He's got a bunch of cards in hand. A bunch of them are really high value. So it's really on Parker at this point in the game to finish the game off as quickly as he can.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I think the only Death Rattle minion he has is N'Zoth, right? Or I'm sorry, Cairn. So like, I mean, is getting back another a Tyrion right now enough value? You can clear your opponent's Tyrion. You can get back your Tyrion right now. Is that enough? No, you can't clear your opponent's Tyrion. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. But
yeah, I don't think it is good enough. So I like Parker just going for the which actually does clear the Tyrion.
Yeah, that's fine. I keep forgetting about that stupid bubble.
Yeah, I'm wondering what other Death Rattles Parker is running in this N'Zoth list. We did see the Cairn.
I haven't.
So he could just be running Tyrion and Cairn.
So he's 13 cards into his deck right now, right? And we haven't seen any Infested Taurens. So can we make the assumption he's not running them? Or do we think he's probably running at least one and he's just got super unfortunate not to see it in 2 games? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. We don't really know right now. But these N'Zoth lists right now, I think what's popular to do is to just only put Tyrion and then maybe one other Death Rattle in your deck because N'Zoth pulling back just Tyrion and just Cairn, that's usually good enough to win the game.
It's pretty good.
Load up with a bunch of like Twilight Summoners that
are
not going to be good in the early game.
Plus, Stonehill Defender can get you Tyrion a lot of times too, so you might even be pulling back more than one Tyrion often.
Often, yep, exactly.
Oftenly. What is wrong with me? Oftenly.
Stonehill Defender, also Getaway Kodo, can get you back multiple Tyrions, multiple Cairns.
Yeah.
Lochnessh is just going to go with the Light Lord here to contest the board and heal himself a little bit, and I think this is fine.
Yeah, it's great. He had the option of doing the Primordial Drake too, but I think he wants to save that for potentially getting more value out of the Battle Cry. I'm not sure if he ever will, but I mean, this play was fine.
And this Cairn is a pretty big pickup for Parker here. He could just play it now, but yeah, he's actually only at 10 health.
He's got to start healing.
He's some pretty serious hits with his Ashbringer.
But,
so yeah, he goes with the Light Lord here, and he'll heal it back up to 18.
He's not worried about his life total right now, though, because he's holding the Forbidden Healing and the Rag Light Lord. He's got time. That's a huge pickup. That equality is a great pickup. You just equality Drake, and you got control of the board, and you cleared off the Light Lord. I think, it's pretty hard not to make that play.
Yeah, the equality clear is nice. That will mean that he won't have a clear for the Zoth, but Lochnessh probably doesn't know
Yeah,
necessarily the Parker is running it yet.
he doesn't know because he hasn't seen the Karen. All he's seen is a Tyrion, and that's pretty standard in most Paladin lists.
And actually, even if you are predicting a Zoth, I think that this play is right because look at that. Parker's at 13.
Yeah.
You have the Ashbringer in hand. You have cards like Consecrate and Sunkeeper Tarim that can push damage, and Ivory Knight that can give him cards like Avenging Wrath or another Consecrate. So Lochnessh is actually going to go on the offensive here, and I think it's absolutely the correct play.
Yeah, he definitely flipped the tables in a quick hurry. And if you're Parker, how do you get back in this game? Well, you're holding the Zoth. That's a huge part of it. And you're holding the Forbidden Healing, but it's going to be difficult for him to climb back in, but not undoable. He just got to play smart from here on out.
Yeah, a quality Primordial Drake is just such a huge board swing. I think he has to play the Karen to have any chance of winning the game.
Do you Forbidden Healing here?
Lochnessh is 4 off. He might have to.
Yeah. I mean, heals you for 8. He's not going to do it. He's going to play the Pyromancer.
Yeah, I mean, Parker is in such a bad position right now. I think he's just saying that, if my opponent has 4 damage, then they'll just win. But I can't really afford to play around that, and I think he's right.
Yeah. He could heal for 20 next turn if he chooses to, and if he could keep control of the board, it won't be so bad. He's got to wait for his Karen to die before he plays the Zoth anyways. Interesting. If you're a Lochnessh, you got a lot of options here, but none of them really seem like super appealing.
Yeah, I like going for the Ivory Knight.
Yeah, Ivory Knight's fine.
He has a comfortable lead on the board, so
none of those are great.
Blessing of Might is 1 off.
Yeah, it's 1 off lethal.
No, I think you take it. You set your opponent to 1. You force them to have healing because you have Consecrate in hand.
Yeah, you just take it. Yeah, I'd do it. He's just 1 mana off lethal, honestly. He's like 1 health or 1 mana off lethal. That feels so bad.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
Not to mention, too, he gave no information away on the card that he picked because he had 30 health.
Yeah, that's very true. He's going to choose to just Consecrate, and that does clear off the Wild Pyromancer.
That Spike Ridge Steed can be big, too. That could block a lot of damage. Like, can he even kill Parker through it if Parker chooses to go that route?
Yeah, Parker...
Well, with this line, he's going to be healing.
Go with Forbidden Healing here, yeah. This is probably correct. He's definitely safe for next turn now, and he still is not too far behind on the board.
No, and Zoth's going to catch him right back up. And then, Lochnessh picks up the Steed. It's definitely not bad on a target like the Ivory Knight there. You could take the trade on the Bane, and then you just have a lot of stuff for Parker to have to deal with.
Spike Ridge isn't bad. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to kill this 4/5 with his face. And then Ivory Knight, going for Ivory Knight means you get some heal out of the Battle Cry.
Oh, yeah.
I think you just take the Spike Ridge Steed here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's merit to lay on hands, but your hand is already so full. And you're at 30 life. Spending 8 mana to draw 3 cards doesn't seem that great.
Right. He may as well play the Blessing of Might while you have the minion.
Yeah.
Why not?
And there's no way for Parker to really deal with it other than playing the Zoth. Oh, this is going to be this is pretty good, actually. The Wicker Flame into the Spike Ridge Steed, that's going to give him a lot of healing.
Yeah, this is really nice. He's already seen 1 equality from Lochnessh, so it's pretty hard for Lochnessh to get.
Yeah.
But unless he has that second equality or maybe an Aldor.
I mean, equality's not even the worst. I mean, equality would help, but he's still got the bubble, so he's still got to swing into it twice, letting him heal for 8, and he's going to lose 2 minions in the process. So, I mean, that's a really nice Wicker Flame right there.
So on Lochness's side, he can actually go for Sunkeeper Tarim and just turn that into a 3/3. And I think that's going to be the play. I sort of like showing Hero Power Tarim here. Maybe you trade in first, or I guess it doesn't really matter the order in that you do that.
Ooh, another Sunkeeper Tarim. I mean, you could go that route. You already have 2 Sunkeeper Tarims you have played this game. I mean, what I say, though, that's 3 mana Discover Sunkeeper Tarim every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, Lochnessh does go with the 3rd Sunkeeper Tarim there. And now I think I would just play one of your Terrans. I'm not sure what else he's thinking about.
Yep. If Parker could top deck an equality here, that would be pretty big for him. But that's, I mean, the Tyrion's going to bail him out too a little bit. The Stegodon's going to bail him out. Do you just Inzoth here? I think you can. I think you're safe.
I think you do. Parker is just going to looking for the least threatening board where he can drop N'Zoth, and I think it's not going to get much better for him from this position. So I like going with the N'Zoth here.
Yeah, I agree. I like the N'Zoth too. He's got a Stonehill Defender of his own too. So like the only merit to that was if you knew you can guarantee yourself another Tyrion, but you're just delaying your N'Zoth too much. You got to end this game at some point.
Yeah, Parker's running out of cards. He's still behind on card advantage, as he has been almost this entire game. So
yeah,
he just has to drop the N'Zoth. Lochnessh has a bunch of options here.
Tons of options. He's got the Spikeridge Steed. He's got the Drakes. He's got the Kodo.
I wouldn't even hate for him to have played the Sunkeeper Terran there.
He could probably get away with the Doomsayer too.
Turn. Like, does Sunkeeper Terran get better than this? I mean, your opponent has a board. Your opponent isn't going to have a board like this again.
But think about Doomsayer, right? Like, how does he hit through these taunts and kill the Doomsayer?
Kodo, if he gets lucky. Yeah, Consecration Kodo gets through it.
Yep, that's how you do it. Consecration Kodo.
That's exactly it. But
yeah.
Top deck and the Consecration gonna bail him out here, and I think that's still gonna be the play. I'm not sure what else he would do.
Yeah, you can't like take the 50-50 shot on the Kodo because it's 50-50 to lose the game, and I don't really like those odds. Consecration Kodo is 100%.
He could just let the Doomsayer go off, and he would be left with a 5/3 Ashbringer and a 4/5 on.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if that's worth it.
I don't think it is. And you swing initiative back to Lochnessh, who has a stacked hand.
Yeah, I like this. You know, Lochnessh does have the 2 Spikeridge Steeds in hand, so
he
Parker
does.
just wants to keep his opponent's board as clear as possible, I think. And he's going to be able to clear all the minions off.
Yep, he's going to get a full clear. This is a huge turn. And like he's going to get more value out of these minions than just letting the the Doomsayer go off and then, taking, like, the board control there. Come on.
Oh, wow. That's an equality off the top for Lochnessh.
Wow. Were we just talking about how Equality Drake is so good?
I mean, it's happened once before, and it's going to happen again for Lochnessh. Yeah. Wow. Just a huge swing. But Parker isn't out of this yet. He still has pretty nice pickups from Stonehill that you can get.
And he got the Elder Peacekeeper, too. None of those are great. Sunwalker's the only decent one.
Sunwalker's definitely the best one. I think you just play it now and kill the Primordial Drake off.
Yep.
So with that equality down, you do know now that your opponent doesn't have any equalities left, so you're free to extend onto the board as much as you want.
Yes, and then like Lochnessh, like he's got like a lot of like value cards, but he has nothing to get the value with. Like Spikeridge Steed going onto a Wild Pyro's okay, I guess if you top deck that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Clears off the Divine Shield and the 4/1.
Yeah, that's good. But if he didn't top deck the Wild Pyro, he just had to hero power Spikeridge Steed, which is not great.
Yeah, a lot of really strong top decks from both players in this game.
Oh, there it comes. Oh, that's sick. Just a Spikeridge off the top. That card's really annoying to get through, to be honest.
It is. There's been a lot of them in this game, but yeah, it can be really annoying. Parker was mousing over playing Spikeridge on the Sunwalker, and I think he should still go for it. It lets you get the full clear, even lets you get through the Stegodon. Or, oh, wait, that's actually, he's one off clearing the Stegodon.
Yep, yeah, all he has is his weapon. I think you saved the charge on the weapon. I don't think you hit in. You got a 6 attack minion on the board. Terror's pretty good here, though, I think.
Yeah, it is.
You could trade your 1/1 into a 6/10. No, yeah, well, no, but you trade your 1/1 into a 6/10. Seems good.
Yeah, just hero power and then tear him. No, actually, he needs to hit with the Stegodon first, and then tear him.
Yeah, because he could kill the Spikeridge. He could kill the Stonehill Defender. That's correct. And then he could trade his 1/1 into a 6/10 and that's just value, man.
Yeah, and we're gonna see that here. Really strong turn for Lochnessh.
I like this turn a lot.
So many swing turns in this game.
Like, if you're Parker, you're holding a lone wild pyro. Like, it doesn't look good for me from here on out.
Yeah, and Parker's already played his N'Zoth, so you have to wonder what other value cards he's running in his deck. Probably not many. I'm actually wondering what else Lochnessh is running in his deck as a finisher.
That's a good point. I think, so Parker still has one Stonehill Defender, if I remember correctly. So, he could get another Tyrion, and that's probably his only, value card he has left to try to outvalue his opponent. But he's cleared off all the threats, so I don't know if he needs to at this point.
I believe you're right about that. Stonehill. Is that the third spike ridged for Lochnessh that we've seen come down?
Yes, because he grabbed one from an Ivory Knight.
Right. Ooh, and there is the Infested Torn from Parker. So
that's unfortunate.
He is running that. Not when you want to draw it though.
No, yeah, it's unfortunate. You don't want to draw that card now. Now you're looking for Stonehill to get another Tyrion to try to put this game away. Because, Lochnessh he's running out of stuff, too. He's out of his Ivory Knights. He's out of all of his Tyrions. He's out of all 3 of his Terrams. I don't know how he ends the game. So Parker needs to find one more Tyrion and try to end the game.
Nope. He doesn't have a way to get through this 5/7 taunt right now.
Right now, he doesn't.
Much less actually kill Lochnessh. Lochnessh is sitting at 27 health, and he has a Forbidden Healing in his hand. So Parker's going to have to get control of the board and then push damage, and he has to do all of that before fatigue.
Yep. Well, luckily his opponent's ahead of him in fatigue, but he's got the Forbidden Healing. This one's going to come down to the wire. I don't know. I think it's leaning towards Lochnessh right now.
Yeah, I think Lochnessh is definitely in the stronger position. It would take some surprise from Parker's deck.
Yeah, I think you just push face damage now. I think now you realize, you just have to end the game. Your opponent's out of cards. He's out of all his value bombs.
So there's the equality. That is what Parker needs. If he still had 2 of them in his deck.
That's huge. Yeah, and he's going to choose to clear it before equality so he can kill the Stegodon. I get it.
I think this is correct. You take a little bit more damage this way, but it gets you the full clear. Now, Parker has cleared the board, but he has 20 less health than his opponent right now.
And he has no way to take initiative. Yeah, and he's got no way to take initiative back, right? So, all he could do is make a 1/1, and he's got no cards in his hand. I think it's going to come down to how quickly he can find the Stonehill and what the Stonehill can give him at this point. Well, there it is.
There's the Stonehill. That's exactly what he needed. Let's see what he gets off of it.
Oh, jeez.
I think Parker's going to not want to take the Dirty Rat. Probably still has PTSD.
Yeah, he learned his lesson.
I like the Psychotron pick here.
Psychotron's fine. It just sticks to the board. It's pretty annoying for your opponent to clear right now. You were hoping to see some yellow cards. You weren't really hoping to see gray cards come out of that Discover. Oh, that Peacekeeper is going to go a long way.
Yeah, it doesn't do a huge amount here, but just getting a 3/3, decreasing a minion's health by 2 is really good in this position.
Absolutely. When you know your opponent's running out of stuff and you got their last hope, their Hail Mary, down to 1 attack, you feel pretty good, especially when you're holding the Forbidden Healing and have 20 points at life advantage.
Right. Parker, I think he is just going to play this.
There's no reason not to. They're both at 4 cards each.
He holds it. I'm not sure why he's holding it. I guess the Psychotron makes it pretty difficult to get by, but still.
I think if you're Lochnessh, I think you just slam down the Doomsayer here. I don't see any reason not to. You're gonna win in fatigue. I think you have to be all in on the fatigue game plan.
I really wish I knew exactly what cards these players have.
Yeah, it would be nice to know what was left in the decks. If we knew what was left in the decks, we can know what to do, but it's tough.
So I believe Parker should have another Doomsayer and another Equality still left in his deck, both of which are not doing anything for him much in this game. And Lochnessh, let's see. I actually don't really know. He might have a second forbidden healing. But most lists are only running one forbidden.
Yeah. Yeah, most lists only run one. There comes the Doomsayer. It's not really going to do much for you, seeing as you want to have the board lead.
And, okay, actually, what Parker is doing right now is he is denying value off of Getaway Kodo, but this is the fourth Spike Ridge Steed.
Is that even possible for, like... No, it can't be, because that has to be the third. We have to have miscounted.
Maybe we miscounted, yeah.
Oh, the Curator.
Ah, okay. So that's not going to draw anything, which is good for
Parker, right. But it gets him a body on the board. But, I mean, at the same time, the Spike Ridge Steed, I think, was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Lochnessh really just needed one more, like, good value bomb to win the game.
Yep, I agree, and I think he got it. Like, I think the big turning point was when he got 3 Sunkeeper Terrums. Like, as stupid as it is for me to say that, like you get a lot of Sunkeeper Terrums, you win the game. But I really think that's what would set this game apart. Like, he was just able to get so much value out of his Stonehills.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy what Lochnessh was able to.
That's Paladin, though, man.
Yeah, I think he just plays the Wicker Flame here.
Why not?
Powers. You definitely don't want a Doomsayer.
Nope. You could Wicker Flame. You could gain health. You already have a significant health advantage. That advantage isn't going to go away anytime soon. You can clear the Doomsayer. I mean, of course, he could clear you with the Consecrate and poking you, but you're still going to heal back a little bit. You're going to heal back 2. It's fine.
Yep. And Parker, he should have. Okay, that's the second equality. So it's really just up to this last card in his deck. I'm not
you got
sure what it is.
You got to kill that before you do the equality, homie.
Yep. Yeah, this is the correct ordering. It does give your opponent an album, which Parker was trying to avoid by not directly killing it and just leaving his 1/1 taunt up. But unfortunately, he was not able.
And you play the Doomsayer. Very nice.
Yep.
That Doomsayer is going to be good. It's going to... He knows what his last card is. Parker knows it. He's a smart guy. He knows the last card in his deck. And so you got to figure maybe that's something that can help him.
Second N'Zoth.
Right. Dirty Rat. That's not it.
Oh, Dirty Rat. We should have known that was Dirty Rat. He hadn't played one yet this game, and we knew he had one from the first game.
Yeah, it's over. You're just going to drop the... There's no way you can
Parker knows there's no way he wins from this position.
You have no cards in your hand. Your opponent has 4. He's got 20 points of health on you. It's unwinnable. But now we've got Warrior left for Lochnessh, and Parker's got to run the sweep. What are his odds of running the sweep with Druid, Paladin, Shaman on a Warrior?
I'm not really sure. Have we... So he's played Paladin both games. Maybe if this is Taunt Warrior and he's running some sort of really control-oriented Shaman, he can take it home. I would assume that Lochnessh is running Taunt Warrior.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
The Paladin should be able to beat the Warrior. Jade Druid should be able to beat the Warrior. And if he's running I struggled with N'Zoth Shaman versus Taunt Warrior, so it's not like a slam dunk, but it gives you a better shot, I think.
Yeah, I would say N'Zoth Shaman is maybe slightly favored. Yeah. If he's running some sort of token, unfavored.
The Druid Q was I know we have confirmation now, but the Druid Q was an immediate sign of it was Jade Druid. And if you're a Lochnessh, you have to know that, so you could probably keep your quest.
Yeah, quest is really the only way the Taunt Warrior wins in this matchup. It's really difficult. But you really just have to hope that you complete your quest and you're in a position where you aren't facing down too heavy of Jades and that you can just burn them off.
Oh, coin Wild Growth into Jade Blossom. That's the dream. Like, Parker's living the dream right now.
Yeah, okay, so I got a question for you guys. Curve.
Yeah.
If Lochnessh wins 3-0, does Temporal Legends deserve to be number 1 in the power rankings next?
I'm not sure.
Well, let's talk about that when we're doing our interview with Lochnessh.
Yeah, we can see after the series is over. Right now, it's not looking like it's going to be a 3-0, especially with that Gadgetson pickup.
The Gadgetson, the Nourish. He got his ramp. Yeah. He's got cards to spend his ramp on. It's just lining up.
The Taunt Warrior just struggles to pressure in the early game, especially with Lochnessh. He's drawn 0 taunts.
He's got the Aya.
So Parker can basically just do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's got the Aya. He's got the Jade Behemoth. You know, he's got Jade Idol. He's going to be pumping out value bombs right now. He's going to be making, 3, 4, 5 Jades in a matter of 2-3 turns.
Yep. Oh, second Innervate, too. That's just another draw.
Yeah, he's going to have... This is going to be a blowout. Stonehill Defender helps because it gets him another taunt, but his hand doesn't look great for finishing that quest.
No, not really. The Stonehill is what Lochnessh needs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he should go ahead and play it out here.
And he's taking no face damage either, right? So the Battle Rage isn't even that great.
No, it's not. So Direhorn Hatchling is a card that Lochnessh probably plays in his deck, so it's not a bad pick. But Cornered Sentry can also do a lot if he wants to pair it with a Whirlwind in a future turn.
Yeah, he might not even have to do that because he's just got taunts on the board. Yeah, he could probably just clear the 1/1s with his other minions, and then he gets Armor Smith value that way. But you get Armor Smith value even with the Whirlwind, so I don't know. They both seem okay. Definitely not the Silverback Patriarch.
Yes, that is the one that you don't want.
Sorry, me, myself, and I. The card is not good.
Yeah, so he does go with the Direhorn Hatchling. Makes a lot of sense. Parker, he can just go off with Gadgetson if he wants to here.
Yeah.
He could also play Aya. Both plays are really good and put you very far ahead. So I think that this is fun.
No reason not to. You're going to draw 3 cards right here, right now, and you'll have 4 mana to spend. Yeah, you just do it. Ooh, the Wrath is huge.
Oh, Swipe.
Swipe. Oh, man.
Wrath can cycle, though, so you might want to go for that.
Yeah, you could cycle the Wrath.
It's a little bit more armor if you cycle the Wrath, but I think it's okay. You could also just use it to kill
I think he's optioning to kill the Armor Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Do you shuffle the Jade Idols now? I think you hold off. You have 17 cards left in your deck, and you don't want to dilute it with Jade Idols.
No. I mean, he could have just played that Jade Idol 2 and just 2-2 in instead. But he already has Jade Idols shuffled in. So I think when he does play that one, he'll definitely just play it for the body.
Yeah. Oh, he shuffled the first one. Okay, then yeah, you probably could have just played this as a body then. I was under the impression he played the first one as a body.
Over on Lochness's side,
yeah, nothing's
he has
great.
2 5-mana taunts in hand.
I think
he really has to clear this Gadgetson off.
I think you have to either Whirlwind Execute, or you could Brawl, or you can Slam Execute. Slam Execute does draw him a card. Yeah, it draws him a card. You have to kill the Gadgets. You can't let the Auctioneer live.
Right. It's just, you're just basically conceding.
Yep. And then Aya's just going to come down here, and that's going to be a good turn.
Aya on 8 seems pretty good.
Yep. And not only that, like, it kind of makes the Brawl worse, because you're going to be guaranteed to have a 4/4 stick, at least.
Definitely. If Lochnessh wants to Brawl this, he's going to get Parker at least a 4/4 and the other minion that survives the
Yep.
Lochnessh can't really clear any of the minions off with 2.
Nope.
He doesn't have any shield slams in his deck, so he's still not getting that much closer to getting control of the board if he does Brawl, but at the same time, this is so much pressure, he might be forced to.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. You might be forced to. You really can't squeeze in 2 taunts either, and all the taunts you play aren't great. Like, Armor Smith isn't killing anything. Hatchling kills a few things on the board, but he can only take 2 hits, and the same with Bloodhoof Brave. It can only kill 1 thing, really, and it can only take 2 hits, so it's not like he can really build up a wall to hide behind.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't really build the wall. So Lochnessh is gonna play this Direhorn and just hero power here. It's probably the best thing that he can do. It can
Yeah.
test the board the most, but it's still he's still got a long uphill battle.
Oh, this Nourish. He's just gonna. He's got 2 Jade Idols in his hand. He's got both swipes. He's just got like he can do whatever he wants right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. Parker has outdrawn Lochnessh by so much in this game already. He has 12 cards remaining in his deck, and Lochnessh is going to have 19 when he draws.
Yeah. Another important thing to mention about this game too is like think about it this way: if you're Parker, you just lost like 2 backbreaking games. To like blow your opponent out when you're down 2-0 can give you some confidence back going into the next 2 games. So that's definitely not to be understated.
Yeah, Parker is an experienced player, so I'm sure that he knows how to deal with tilt. But for anyone, it's definitely crushing when you lose 2 games in a row. Especially, some of those games like that game 1 where Parker, just lost on turn 3. That never feels good.
Yeah. This is a good turn. You mean you're gonna get some value out of your Battle Rage. You're gonna have a 5-attack minion that can contest the entire board. And then you're gonna that's a Tar Creeper. It's actually a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, he's getting some more taunts. Lochnessh needs to play 4 more taunt minions to complete the quest, so he's still pretty far away, but he's beginning to assemble the tools in his hand to do so.
And Parker's just drawn like a madman here. He's already drawn 2/3 of his deck. He's got how many cards do you have in his hand? A lot.
Parker's. Let's see how many cards. He has 8 right now.
8. Okay.
Definitely a very full hand. So we do see the Gluttonous Ooze here, which is interesting because he was also running that in his Paladin deck. And it's not necessarily uncommon to be running these cards, but I think that hints that Parker was trying to target the... Actually, now that I look at Lochness's lineup, Gluttonous Ooze is just a really good pick. Paladin and Warrior both run weapons, and Bird Mage runs Medivh.
Yeah.
So it can hit these weapons.
It's a really nice... tech card, and like even like Pirate Warrior, like they build up these like weapons with like 8 attacks sometimes, and then you just like it's a huge swing to first of all kill the weapon they put so many resources into, and then secondly gain 7 to 8 health.
It's that can definitely be just such a huge swing.
I like the execute brawl here
for the brawl play. Yeah, and I really like executing first.
Yep. And he gets. I mean, there's a lot worse outcomes. So, I mean, I would say that's a pretty fortunate outcome, but it's not great.
Yeah, that's actually the best outcome that he could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Just the 4/4 living.
But yeah, we're just gonna put too much value on the board.
Oh man, and Parker, and you've just seen one brawl, and now you are forcing your opponent immediately to have that second brawl. Or lose the game.
Yep, or lose the game.
Does not have it in hand. He doesn't have Primordial Sleep with the Fishes combo. Yep. He is down both executes. This is rough.
It's rough. He can build up a semi-sizable wall, but, I mean, you're only just slowing Parker down at this point. Because think about the resources Parker put into making this board. Really nothing. He put in, like, 4 mana. 2 mana, actually. 2 mana and cards that just are infinitely regenerated in his deck.
Yeah. It's really strong. Lochnessh is going to play these 2.
Does he have lethal here?
Does Parker have a chance at lethal here? I'm not sure yet.
I don't know. I think he sees it. Yeah, he's got lethal. He could take the face damage here, and then he could put the 8/8.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
That's lethal.
Yep.
I figured lethal was somewhere in there, but like I didn't pull out my calculator yet.
Yeah.
Parker saw that right away.
And yeah, Parker is going to take this game, so he prevents the sweep, and the series is going to be 2-1, still in favor of Lochnessh.
Yeah, but like a win like that, where you could do whatever you want to your opponent, it's definitely gratifying, and it even for experienced players, it definitely provides a morale boost. Like, just sometimes you feel like, the cards just aren't coming your way, luck's not going your way, and then you just steamroll your opponent, and then all of a sudden things start turning up for you.
Yep. Parker is going to queue the Paladin. I would give a slight edge to the N'Zoth Paladin here, but at the same time, sometimes this Control Paladin deck can struggle to get to that point where it has N'Zoth and pressure well enough up to N'Zoth before the warrior completes its quest. So I think this matchup is actually a lot closer than a lot of people think.
Yeah, if Parker has a token shaman for any reason, I almost would have rather have seen that next, because like you said, it's going to be hard for him to put pressure on the warrior, so the warrior is free to complete its quest this matchup, pretty much.
Yeah, Lochnessh recognizes that. He's seen Parker's.
You could dirty rat.
Seen everything in Parker's deck from that mirror match, so he knows he should keep the quest here.
Yeah, I like the dirty rat here because you could deny a quest tick, and you're not really scared of anything in a quest warrior deck, unless like he's that one guy running Grommash Hellscream.
Yeah, I think Parker feels pretty safe in knowing that he will not pull Antonidas against this deck. Unfortunate for him that he did not pull a taunt and instead just.
I think you go with the Infested Torrent here. It gives you more N'Zoth value, which is nice. You could play it on curve, which is nice. I think that's the only pick there to make.
Yeah, it's really nice as an on-curve play. And while N'Zoth something to think about, it's not too important because I think Parker is really just relying on having that Karen and Tyrion come down from the N'Zoth to win the game.
Absolutely.
The 2-3 isn't going to do much in preventing lethal, but it might down the line. It's definitely better than not having it come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just being able to play it on curve is going to be the biggest factor of having the card. Like, you want to put pressure on him, that's how you do it. Is just keep playing minions on curve.
I definitely agree. So Lochnessh, with his Stonehill last turn, picked up Ornery Direhorn, and that's actually really important because it will let him fill out his curve. He can play a 5-drop taunt next turn and go Ornery Direhorn next turn into the Curator
into Primordial Drake.
Draw him a Primordial Drake, exactly.
Yeah, that's huge. You always take taunt with that adapt, though, every time.
Parker's just gonna choose Silver here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do this.
He's gonna give the Armorsmith is gonna proc 3 times though. I think that's really what you're hoping for out of an Armorsmith. So that's pretty good. He doesn't even need the Curator. The Curator's gonna draw him a second Primordial Drake. So he could Drake. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I think you just Direhorn here.
We still definitely are going to...
I think you're looking for the Divine Shield every time. There it is, Divine Shield. That's pretty good.
Divine Shield is nice, especially when you can kill off the Stonehill, too, on the same turn.
Yeah, there's really... I mean, like, a Quality Consecrate doesn't deal with it. A Quality Pyromancer doesn't deal with it. Like, it's just annoying for Paladin to deal with bubbled minions. Ooh, he's going to have 2 Tyrions come off of this N'Zoth. That's huge.
Yep, yeah. Parker snap fixed the Tyrion. It's definitely right.
Absolutely, it's never wrong.
He's looking at a huge amount of N'Zoth value, but he has to get to that point. He has to draw his N'Zoth, draw his other Tyrion and Karen at least, probably, and not die before he gets to that point, which may be asking a lot. This Taunt Warrior has had a pretty good curve so far.
Yeah, he's going to complete his quest in a couple of turns, in the next 3 turns at least. He's just hit 5? So yeah, he's got to complete his quest in 2 turns.
Yeah, I see no reason why Lochnessh isn't going to be playing Taunt Minion in the next 2 turns. Right now, there isn't much that he can do. I guess he's just going to kill this Tauren off, and you don't even want to attack and pop the shield here. Force your opponent to do that.
It's still a really annoying board for Parker to deal with. But here comes the Tyrion. It would be sick if he could draw his other one really soon, and then you could put a lot of pressure on your opponent.
I'm wondering why Parker just traded all 3 of his minions into that. The 4/6 is a pretty big threat onto the board, but that's really inefficient trading from him. If you think about it in terms of card advantage, he just 3-for-1'd himself.
Yeah, that's not great. And then you have your Tyrion, which he didn't have any way of dealing with. So, force him to put his minions into your Tyrion.
So the benefit of doing that play is that it makes it a lot for Lochnessh to kill Parker's Tyrion off because he doesn't have that 4/6 anymore.
Yeah, I guess too. It makes it a worse brawl or a better brawl for Parker. These better odds of his Tyrion living a brawl if he wants to answer the brawl that way.
That's true, but I don't think you would mind that much if your opponent played Brawl in that situation.
Yeah.
Because that means they're probably not playing a taunt on their turn, and it still gives you board initiative.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
So Parker top decks the second Tyrion. It still seems like the right play here, but he's gonna opt for the Spike Ridge instead. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that play. I guess like he just wants to start running his opponent out of stuff, and he's still got the Ashbringer equipped too. So maybe he wants to get as much value out of the Ashbringer as he can.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he's going for here. So Lochnessh is going to complete the quest on turn 9.
And at a healthy life total too.
Completion.
Like he's got 38 health. Like a lot of times when you're the quest warrior, you're thinking like, man, like can I afford to equip this right now, or do I have to like armor a few more times?
Yeah, and being able to play that Bloodhoof and play Sulfurious and Hero Power, so strong.
Yeah, it's looking good for Lochnessh right now. Parker just wasn't able to find the pressure he needed. The Wild Pyro is going to help because the Consecrate's going to get a full clear for him.
Yep, this is nice. He also gets the Wicker Flame down now. Now, This is weak to Primordial Drake, and Parker, he saw the Curator, so he knows that his opponent is guaranteed to have Primordial Drake in his
Yep. Yeah, you could just hit in with the Sulfurous into the Stegodon, and then you can Primordial Drake, getting almost a full clear and a 50-50 chance at a rag shot hitting your face, and put you at 8 life, and then it's just, coin flips from there to lose the game.
Yep, and I wonder if Lochnessh is going to Primordial. And yeah, I think he wants to hit with the Sulfurous first before playing his Hero Power, maximize the chances of hitting face, because you just put your opponent on not having heal, and then you have a chance to win. He chooses not to do that, and not hitting with Sulfurous first makes it more likely that you will get a full clear on your opponent's board.
Yep. I mean, there's really no downside to either way, but one of them's definitely, I think, like, if you get a 50-50 chance at a face hit, that's playing for the win. And
yeah, I think so. Lochnessh is sort of running out of resources. He doesn't have any draw in hand, and Primordial Drake is a huge threat. Other than that, he just has small minions like Armor Smith and then removal spells.
Yep, and like Parker's going to play down his second Tyrion next turn, but Lochnessh can't possibly know that. So
right, I wonder what Lochnessh chooses to go for here. He could just start with Hero Power if he wants to. Hope that he can get through the Curator.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no downside to it. You can't do much else unless you want to like Armor Smith, Whirlwind, execute the Curator, which is probably what he's going to go for.
Yeah, this is also pretty decent.
And then you could War Axe.
That's
and then
up a 50-50.
No, you could War Axe.
This guarantees.
Yeah, no, this
is definitely a better play.
This is much better. Yeah, he's guaranteeing a face shot with the Rag Hero Power. Man, if you're Parker, you just got to make your board as wide as possible and just Nost him prey.
This Gluttonous Ooze is going to be pretty important here. It clears off the War Axe, and
gives health.
Mean that he does not die to a Hero Power now.
Yeah, that's a big Gluttonous Ooze there. Redemption's nice in this very situation. Just in case your opponent clears a minion, it comes back with the health, so you can guarantee... Oh, he didn't have the mana to play it. But do you just, like, brawl and then go for the rag shot? I don't know.
No, I like playing Primordial.
Oh, it's still a 50-50. Yeah, absolutely. Every time.
And that hit to the face is going to put Parker at 2. And he picks up the equality. He can go equality Primordial Drake here, but then it's just up to Lochnessh to win a 50-50 for the game.
Right. I mean, either way, it's going to be a 50-50 because he's got the brawl. I mean, like, if...
He opts to go for Tyrion instead. So, yeah, this makes it less likely that...
Yeah. So, like, you could brawl, and you have a 25% chance to win the game on the spot right now. And then if you lose the 25% chance roll, then you have a 50% chance to win the game. Like, I think you just do it. Like, you're not really scared of anything.
So, yeah, so you're saying Lochnessh should just start with...
Yeah, you're giving yourself a 25% chance followed by a 50% chance to win the game. I mean, I'm not a math expert, so I don't know what those odds are overall. If like one of those things going your way, but I mean, they've got to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think it is pretty good. The downside of playing Brawl, if the N'Zoth comes out, then it becomes a lot more difficult for Lochnessh to win. But yeah, I think I would like to see the Brawl come out here.
I like going all in, man. You know me. You can even play another minion just to give yourself a 40% chance of winning the brawl and thus winning the game on the spot, followed by 50%. So that's better. But
yeah, this does give him better odds.
Ooh, the Tyrion lift. That's the worst outcome.
The worst one.
Oh.
And he misses the 50-50. So now Parker just has to draw Forbidden Healing, and he can pretty much chill up the game. Unfortunately, he still does not have it. True Silver is not going to be enough healing to get him out of the range of a rag
Redemption
shot.
is huge.
Now he just needs to go as wide as he can.
Yep, he's got to go wide, and he's Nostum praying now.
And you have to wonder about Lochnessh throwing in that Tark Beeper. Yes, it gave him a higher chance of winning the game that turn, but he could have held it, and then...
Yeah, I don't think you needed to play the Tark Reaper.
That Parker had on him, yeah.
But again, he could still snipe over the top of all this, so Parker's not, safe by any means.
Right. Cyclopean Horror, I think, is definitely... I don't think... You can't pick Ancient of Blossoms because you need to get your hero power in this.
Right. Yeah, it's the only choice. Wow, and that's just going to come right back, too. If Parker draws the card Forbidden Healing, it's huge.
Yeah,
even Rag Lightlord, too, is nice.
Rag Lightlord, if he had drawn it this turn, actually would have only been a 50-50 to heal his face because that Tyrion that got brought back.
That's right. Nope, he can equality and then let Rag Lightlord.
You're right.
And that would have been a heal.
Yeah, so Parker can equality now if he wants to, but I don't think that he will. I think he just wants to
it pops.
Tyrion
Yeah,
into the 3/6.
Yeah, you don't want to pop your Tyrion's bubble with the equality. That doesn't seem efficient. And you can use your face, too, to take... you die to the hero power either way. But you can't really use it to clear anything. Never mind, I'm sorry.
You can't use it to trade into the Cyclops.
Right, because you're dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to Doomsayer here just to make the odds better that you don't die. I'll take the 25% chance over the 33% chance. If it goes off, it sucks. But then you have your Primordial Drake.
This game is
either way. You have
down to the wire.
Yeah. You have to play it, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, Parker agrees with you. He is going to play the Doom. So this makes it a 1-4. Lochnessh can play fishes first. And make it only 1 and 3, and yeah, you definitely play it.
Yep. But he can't hero up, so he either wins or loses right here. That's it.
Oh wow! So hitting the Doomsayer. Yeah, that's just gonna be game.
Yeah, that's game. He loses right there. Quality bump, swing the weapon into the face. That's it.
That's huge.
That sucks.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
oh man.
But if you live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. You're reliant on those rag shots hitting your opponent in the face. Sometimes they're gonna hit minions when you have a 50% chance. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. A lot of people have complained recently about how RNG the hero power is, and we see that here. It's frustrating. It really just is going to decide games.
Yeah, I mean, but it goes both ways, right? So, it could be it can win you the game based off of RNG, but it could also lose you the game based off of RNG.
Exactly.
Yep.
Parker queues up his last deck. It's 2-2, so this game will decide the series between these players.
That is how a best of 5 works.
I would say... Wait, Hot Springs and Stonehill and Lightning Storm.
Oh, this is a control shaman. Oh no, this is control shaman all day, homie. It's control.
Oh, this is awesome.
He's got the hex. He's got the weapons, the clear. Dollars to donuts. This is a control shaman.
This is my kind of deck.
The only other thing it could be, is like that crazy new like Jade shaman with all the spirit echoes going around. That list is legit.
No, I think it could be that, and I'm hesitating to say that it's that list because it does not run Lightning Storm. I'm talking about the list that Muzzy played.
Yeah, but like Lightning Storm could just be swapped out, right? Oh, there's the Calamos. This might be just a mid-range elemental.
This looks like my deck.
This just could be this could be Elemental Shaman with Stonehill as some extra.
What about like, because I floated you a list that was an elemental control list that had a really light elemental package, and it had like Calamos just for like a board clear or healing versus mage. What if it's something like that?
This could be that exact list, yeah. Parker, so he is running Aya. He is, well, of course he's running that. Stonehill, I think that you take the Rathian.
You always yell at me for not taking Rathian, but I've started to see the ways.
Yeah, no, Rathian is just so strong because you really want to cycle.
Yeah, it's good. I've taken your advice. I've started taking Rathian. It's nice. Yeah, I agree. You take the Rathian.
Lochnessh here, he's just going to play the Bloodhoof Brave.
It's fine.
Seems pretty good. He has sort of an awkward...
There's the Jade, too, so there's definitely Jades in this deck. I wonder if he's running the Spirit Echo.
Yeah.
Like, the Spirit Echoes...
I'm not sure.
I mean, that's a huge card with, like, a lot of... Like, when the card first came out, everyone's like, why wouldn't you just play Ancestral Spirit? No one really thought about, well, you could just abuse it with your Jades. Like, yeah, it seems pretty good. You lost Brand, but you get the Spirit Echo back. And I would argue that Spirit Echo is probably a little bit better than Brand. Just a tiny, tiny bit.
Yeah, Spirit Echo is a really powerful card in these lists. Not only with Jades, but with cards like Thing from Below.
Yeah.
In the late game, when you're playing Spirit Echo, they usually cost, only 1 or 0 mana. So you can play that Spirit Echo, and then if your board gets cleared, you can immediately play 2 0 mana 5/5s.
Yeah, I think we play tested a game where I just kept dropping 0 mana 5/5s and Cairns on you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Lochnessh,
Battle Rage is pretty good here. And then
Battle Rage will draw him 2 cards. I think he wants to go with the clear with Ravaging Ghoul and Sleep with the Fishes.
You could do it all. You have the coin.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can Battle Rage first if he wants to go with that line.
Yeah. You could do it all. Ooh, getting that double Armor Smiths. Not great, but at least you know you're not going to top deck them ever again, so there's that. Don't know if that makes you feel any better.
I would say, yeah, Armor Smith is probably one of the lower in this particular matchup. That's really not what Lochnessh wants. Lochnessh just wants to finish his quest as fast as possible, and at this rate, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that quickly. He still has 5 more taunt minions that he has to play. Definitely, if he finishes the quest this game, it's going to be at a much slower rate than he did last game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's just thinking about, like, if he wants to play both of these Armor Smiths or just one. There's some merit to the sleep.
Shade Spirit.
Yeah. This is an interesting list.
I wonder... Parker just, like, he must not be running that many elementals. Like, to fit in Calamos, you have to be running some elementals, but you can't fit in this full Jade package with that, too.
Yeah. I think he's just running the Hot Springs, and that's it.
I would be very surprised if he's only running 2 elementals.
And the Tar Creepers. Hot Springs and Tar Creepers is probably enough.
That's true. Well, do we know he has Tar Creepers in his deck?
I would imagine.
I can assume that.
Yeah, I would imagine he does. I mean, it seems like a pretty safe bet. It's just a good card.
Yeah, so Ravaging Ghoul Sleep with the Fishes, I think is...
Yeah, that's fine.
Aya is only going to pull a 3/3,
and you could clear that with your face.
Pretty easily to the Borax. So yeah, really nice swing turn for Lochnessh.
And then he could develop further with an Armor Smith.
Yep, exactly.
I like it. It's going to suck once this Calamos comes down because he's got real Well, he could bump it and then execute it, so maybe the Calamos isn't going to come down this turn.
So, yeah, Calamos isn't great here, but you have to wonder if it doesn't come down now, when is it coming down?
I think he's going to save it for heal. I think he's going to try and save it for heal. To be 100%. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like, this deck's going to win by, like, hitting you in the face with its hero power over and over and over again. Just being able to heal 12 and get yourself out of a hero power lethal range can, help you get back into it.
Well, it's not even that was a bad to use it, like deal 3 damage. It's just that he won't have it proc next turn because he won't play an elemental.
True.
So he needs to draw his other elemental, and then he has to play that and wait another turn before he can proc Kalamos.
Yeah, I don't think he's in any rush, though. His opponent hasn't completed the quest. His opponent hasn't developed onto the board in any real significant way. He's 5 turns away from completing the quest. He's got Stonehill that can discover him a Tar Creeper. So, I mean, he's got some hope, and he's got Rathian for cycle. Like, I think he's okay to hold on to the Kalamos.
Yeah, I think it's probably fine. Lochnessh Brawl is really not what he wanted to pick up here.
Nope.
He really just wanted another taunt, and this is just another really awkward turn for Lochnessh here. He can play Primordial Drake if he wants to, and try to contest the board some, which he does. But
I almost think he had to
have any good cards in his hand, any value bombs.
There's the Jinyu too. Like, I think this is gonna be a difficult game for Lochnessh to win with all the heal. I think Alakir is the pick here. That's just really annoying for Warrior to have to deal with, especially when he's like in quest mode, like, you know, just hitting that hero power button.
Oh yeah, Alakir is great here. Parker is deciding between Jade Spirit and Jinyu here, and he's gonna use the Jinyu to just heal his minion up. That's an interesting choice. So I think that Parker definitely he's looking to end the game before Lochnessh even completes his quest. Maybe you know, he doesn't need heal if he's already threatening lethal.
That's true. Yeah. And, like, Jinyu's fine here, especially, I mean, you're going to get the heal value out of it. You weren't sitting at 30, so it's definitely fine. And, you know, 3-6 on the board is really good at this point. Yo, I just won 2,282 THL points. I'm getting that Twitch emote, fam.
Wow, that's cheating. You already know the outcomes of the games.
No, No, I have them. I don't bet on the games. I have them just because I'm in the chat the whole time.
Oh, I see.
The benefits of hosting the stream.
Dude, MvParker literally has my deck.
Wow.
Crazy.
That sounds like information sharing to me.
Apart from the Manatide film. I don't know.
Did you get a picture of your deck off the internet?
So Parker is emoting. That was a mistake.
Where was the mistake? I was too busy talking about Chuchi's deck.
I believe that is because he did not clear the Armor Smith off before he cleared off the Acolyte. So he was an extra armor. Or maybe he just didn't want to play Alakir this turn.
Yeah, maybe. Alakir's an elemental, though. So that's of note, because now Kalamos will be procced for next turn. So that's something.
Yep.
I don't know if it matters, but it's something.
Lochnessh, he's going to have to use this execute on the Alakir. He continues just sort of a dead hand. He's 3 minions off completing the quest right now. This is rough. This is rough for Lochnessh, and it's looking really good for Parker on the other hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Parker's just got stuff, like, for lack of better term.
Yeah, he does. He just has a bunch of threats in his hand.
He's got a lot of really good dudes. Like, do you ever, like, Kalamos and take the board of 1/1s? I don't think you do, but, like, he doesn't really get punished for doing so.
Not.
I mean, yeah. I
like this.
This is great.
I will say mana type positioning doesn't matter in this deck because he's not. But if he were, that would be wrong. He should have played it on.
Yeah, I think he knows he doesn't matter, so he's just throwing his minions down.
Lochnessh, another brawl. Again, just not what he wants to see. Brawl here just to deny value from this mana tide.
You have to at some point, right?
Wow,
I mean,
he's just gonna pass.
Yep, and then Rathian's gonna start hitting him in the face. And look, you can even pump out a Jade here. Why not? It's only a 3/3, but like,
it's a 5/5.
Oh, why does it say 3/3 on my screen? Like,
some bugs happen.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a 5/5. That's huge.
So yeah, Lochnessh is definitely gonna brawl this.
Yeah, that's a good brawl. And then you can follow it up with a Bloodhoof too.
That's I wouldn't say that's the worst one. That's definitely not what Lochnessh wanted to see, I don't think. I think he really just wanted the Jade Spirit.
Whoa, he's got the Jade Chieftains too, dude. He's all in.
Wow, this is huge. I was not expecting this heavy of a mental package.
No, but like if you think about it, like how does Taunt Warrior beat this deck? He's just got so much Jade value. Like it's gonna be nearly impossible. This is how reverse sweeps happen.
Lochnessh really just needed to draw where he was able to get the quest up earlier.
Yeah.
If you let this Shaman deck survive into the late game, are not able to get the quest up, then yeah, they just overwhelm you with creates.
He's got Drake execute, which is okay. But I mean, like he couldn't brawl that turn because he couldn't follow it up with anything. Oh, here comes the white.
He's running White Eyes too. This is
wow.
Such a greedy deck. It's paying off in spades for Parker.
Yo, I want this list, dude. Parker, if you watch this VOD, forward me this list, bruh. Alright. Dude, this is crazy. Like, yeah, and then... So, Lochnessh could brawl this, of course. I think he's almost...
Probably has to.
I think he's almost forced to, but then Parker just says, okay, I'll drop a Jade Chieftain. NBD. Yeah, he doesn't even care. I'll just drop a Jade Chieftain. Yeah, that's, young people talk for no big deal, because I'm a young person.
Oh, yeah. Lochnessh is going to complete the quest here, and he won't be able to armor anymore, but this means he's going to be able to deal with the board more effectively right now. So I think this is probably the right play.
Yeah, this is okay. He's not at, like, a life total where he has to be scared of his life totals. So, like, not being able to armor anymore is okay. Ooh, that's not a great hit for the hero power.
No, that Hot Springs, even though it may not look like much now, it's only a 2/4, that does mean that he will have for next turn.
He does.
If he chooses to play it now.
If he chooses to play now. But again, he's really in no hurry to do so. I think he can kind of pick his moment when he wants to play it. I mean, he might choose to play it now because maybe Rag Shot hits his face and then he just uses the heal anyways, So it's not wrong to play it now.
I like going for the Storm here. Storm really isn't going to...
No, it's not going to get any better.
Doesn't get it.
Never lucky.
He really just needs to get any hit on these minions to be able to clear them off.
Yeah, he's going to Hot Springs Guardian. It's fine. I mean, if healing for 12 is still pretty... You'll heal for 11 next turn. I mean, that's still pretty good when you have a board this full. It just ensures that you're never dying to the Rag hero power.
Yep. Lochnessh, I think he's almost...
Yeah, he has to brawl, but again, I think Parker's okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Both executes are...
Ooh. You could clear it, and then you could get the Rag hit in the face. But then Calamos just...
Let's see, if Lochnessh does that, he'll put Parker...
At 11.
He just needs 2 more Rag shots to the face to win the game.
Yep. But from there, I mean, Parker's going to drop the Calamos and heal for 12.
Yeah, that's true.
He can even fishes and then hit him with Sulfuras in the face.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, saving the Sulfuras charge.
I mean, if you're Parker, you could play the Gluttonous Ooze too.
Oh yeah. He can't play this turn. He
has to heal.
He's gonna make the 1/1s.
I mean, that's pretty good too. It's the same thing. This is the same thing.
Man.
It does the same thing.
Ravaging Ghoul?
I mean, yeah, it's weak to Ghoul. I don't know if I necessarily love it, but it does put a lot of pressure on your board. I don't know. Also, it gives you a better chance if you're Calamos living, right?
That's true. I mean, this is probably right. It's just if your opponent does have that board clear with Ravaging Ghoul, you just have a 50-50 to lose the right then. But yeah, overall, this is probably right.
Yeah, big risk, big reward. Yeah, and he's going to get rewarded. And now he can afford to squeeze in the Gluttonous Ooze and a Jade Chieftain. That's pretty good.
He can't. Oh yeah, he can play the Jade Chieftain if he wants to.
Yeah, all he's got to do is kill off a 1/1. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're basically keeping your board as wide as possible. Your opponent's down both brawls, and this makes it you more resilient to the Ravaging Ghoul should that come down. So I agree with this. Yeah, I like this turn a lot.
Yeah, I mean, with both brawls down, you have to feel really good.
I just want to say that I called Calamos for a board of 1-1s. I did that.
Did you?
I said, do you ever play the Calamos and take the board of 1-1s against the Taunt Warrior just so that a rag shot has less of a chance to hit your face?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the VOD, I asked it. I did it, Mom.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
that's exactly what Lochnessh needed. The same. We pretty much had to get exact.
That was pretty good.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
No, because here comes a Hex into another Jade Chieftain.
Wow.
Parker's just going to make efficient
Parker
trades.
just keeps building up his board.
Yeah, and this is efficient trading, and he's in no danger of dying anytime soon.
Nope.
Yep, this is a scooperino. You can't scoop. You just got to hope to snipe, right? But you can't scoop if you're Lochnessh.
Can you even?
No, you can't even live. No, you die. Yep, okay.
Value coin.
No, never.
Wow.
Coin concede every time, Lochnessh. Coin concede every time. I'm going to ask him why I didn't coin, then concede.
Oh man, so we see Parker take the reverse sweep over Lochnessh. It's not every day you see that. Yeah, that was huge. Really
Well
impressive
done to Parker.
to not get tilted after those first two games and
Yeah.
come back and get the victory.
Definitely congratulations to Parker on a well-fought series and a well-deserved win. It's really easy to be like, after the first game especially, with the critical error of Dirty Red on 2, to pull yourself together and win, 3 huge games in a row, especially when you had to, play perfectly in those 3 games to win. We couldn't really find any misplays in those 3 games that he won. He had to play just on point, so hats off to Parker.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's gonna keep Team Rank 5. Let's see, a 3-2 is gonna mean that Team Rank 5 will have 7 points and Temporal has 10. So they're still down 7-10 with 2 matches left to play. But,
Do we want to?
A lot more winnable of the series.
Do we want to reach out to Lochnessh to see if he wants to come on for an interview?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yep. Let's see where he's at here. If he's even still on. Did he get off? I think he might have gotten off. Bible Thump.
He's in the app.
Let's see.
I sent him a message. We'll see if he responds. He might have kind of went to go do someone else.
We could always ask Parker too to come on real quick. I'll ask Parker.
Okay.
Oh, Parker got off too, or just did not want to accept my message.
Oh, Lochnessh is on Discord now.
Oh, is he? Okay, never mind. Let's bring Lochnessh down here.
He's not. Oh yeah, he is. Okay.
Yep. Mark, sure, you want to move Lochnessh down?
I'll move him down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he went to Wild General.
Oh, I tried.
Hey, Lochnessh.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Darkside, we had Mark Shire and Detrucci here.
Commiserations on your loss, man.
The classic Friday night fight losers.
So,
oh my gosh.
So yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. You had to be feeling pretty good going into Game 3, with Taunt Warrior left. Where do you think it kind of went wrong?
I think it went wrong on turn 11 or 12 of Game 4 when I missed the 9 in 10 chance to kill him.
Yeah,
that's where I think it went wrong.
the Paladin game, right? So
how was that a 9 in 10?
So no, he had the brawl, right? So you had the 40% chance with the brawl to win the game, and then the 50% chance to win the game on the. Yeah, so it was just you lost both flips. That sucks.
I lost both flips, and I lost the brawl flip because Tyrion survived, and then my frickin' shot killed the Divine Shield.
Yeah.
Right? So that was oh my gosh, I'm still...
That's
Parker's words. Parker chatted me afterwards, and let me quote him really quick. He says, "I think I almost fainted," and then I said, "Yeah, well played, whatever." And then he said, "Yeah, I almost shit my pants, LOL." So.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. That's super. Now when you put it that way, that Tyrion winning the brawl is another lost flip. That's a super unfortunate turn.
Yeah. And I deliberated for a long time between playing the Tar Creeper or not, but it increased my chances of either one of my minions surviving by just a little bit of a percent, and I decided to do it, and that was probably a mistake. I could have gotten
Yeah.
one more shot potentially if I had had a living Tar Creeper for later.
Yeah, I mean, there's merits to both line of play. One line of play is I'm playing to win. The other line of play is I'm playing to not lose.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm always in favor of playing to win. I'm not going to fault you for taking the risk.
That's
Yeah,
what I was thinking too. I just
really
wanted to
fun.
end it. I didn't want him to land like a forbidden healing or something. He was within range, so I just wanted to maximize the chances, and I had a quite a good chance to.
Yeah, you were so close to winning. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many coin flips that just didn't go your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because you already knew that you were killing this.
And that shaman list was just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool shaman list. I props to him for bringing like a sweet anti-control shaman.
Yeah, and the Calamos for a board of 1/1s was just like who
Oh
does
my
that?
Goodness. I know. I was like, okay, he's gonna heal. It'll be fine. I'll kill his Calmus, and then I saw the 1/1s, and I was like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
need to top deck Whirlwind or Ghoul right now, or else I lose, and I lost.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy turn, but I mean, it was a good series from both of you guys. I mean, you both played very well. I mean, it sucks to lose, but losing to the reigning MVP, I mean, that's got to put a little bit of a silver lining on it, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm still salty. Series against him was like this too. I was up 2-0, and then got reverse swept, and it just felt so bad.
Yeah, getting reverse swept never feels
Oh.
good. There's nothing you can really say to anyone to make them feel better about it. But
GG, boys.
as
So,
is, go ahead,
what-
Berkshire.
What were you thinking that game 1 when he played Dirty Rat?
Uh, when he played Dirty Rat, I was just like, oh, that's old. Right? Like,
I think that's
And
the
then,
best play in the history of Friday Night Fights so far, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't even get to see if that was Freeze Mage. Were you playing Freeze Mage? You had to have been playing
yes,
Freeze Mage.
I was
Okay.
playing Freeze Mage. So my plan going into the match was actually to, I had Rogue, and
Mhm.
I know that Parker doesn't love to play aggro, but I imagined that he was going to target my Rogue. So I kind of made this anti-aggro with Rogue lineup, and then he banned my Rogue, which was, I mean, that's smart. Like he played it well. He won the rock paper scissors game there, I think. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I still felt like I had a good chance just because I felt like my mage was good against whatever shaman he was going to bring. And then I don't know if it actually would have been. He brought a pretty crazy shaman, but
Yeah, he had a lot of healing in that shaman. He could have, after
did.
Alex, he could have healed for 12 with Calamos if he timed it just right, or he
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
played his hot springs. Like, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough matchup for sure.
yeah, I went into the match thinking, all right, he's gonna bring token druid, he's going to bring token shaman, he's gonna bring pirate warrior, and he's gonna bring murloc paladin. That's what I was anticipating, and he was just gonna like beat up on my rogue.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably what I would have done in his position.
Yeah.
But he read it.
He didn't
read
fall
right,
for it.
and nope, didn't fall for it.
He didn't take the bait. So you tried to
No.
debate him and it didn't work.
Yep.
As is tradition in
I
Friday
debated.
Night Fights, did you get a chance to look over the questions we sent you this week?
I did actually. I sent an email, but I can talk about some of the questions
Yeah.
here too.
Yeah. We'll just. I mean, I didn't get a chance to look at the questions, so we'll ask you a couple questions live on stream. Just this is the fun part of the show, so we'll just take a look at it. So the one I would ask you, this is my favorite question. You could pick a fight with
Right.
any person from all of history. Who's it gonna be?
My answer to that one was super lame. I was like, I don't know. I'm not generally like the fighting type of guy. Like I wouldn't be.
It could be an
I'm not gonna
argument.
go
it
around-
doesn't have to be like a fist
Sure,
fight. It could be an
sure.
argument. Whatever you want.
So, my my lame answer is I would pick a fight with Donald Trump. because I'm not a big fan.
I don't think anyone's a big fan of
That's a
Donald
fair
Trump right now.
answer.
That's a fair answer. My 10-year-old daughter says she wants to go and stand on the White House lawn and flip off Donald Trump.
Yeah,
So-
I kind of do too.
Like, I'm like, all right, kid, if we're ever in D.C., I'll let you give him the middle finger. Why not?
You know, and it's like I could have gone like classic with like Hitler or Mao Zedong or Genghis Khan, but I feel like Donald Trump is the person who in my
Yeah.
lifetime is having the most negative effect upon me.
Yeah, I mean, we were just saying before the stream, he's gonna melt all the polar ice caps and kill us all. So, you got to
Yeah,
get that fighting
yeah.
in while you can.
Donald Trump versus the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
Yes.
One question we like to ask all of the people who come on, I don't know if it was in your packet of questions, but
Uh-huh.
what deck do you think you play better than anyone else in THL?
Packet. I thought about it for a little bit, and I don't know. I would be
I
pretty
have your
bold.
answers here, actually. I never actually saw them before the stream.
Oh, wait.
Let's see.
You can read what I said.
You picked Reno Luck. You had 8% win rate with Reno Luck.
Oh,
You said I don't claim to be better at anyone with one deck though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be pretty bold to be like, yeah, I'm better than everyone in THL at Freeze Mage. But I like Reno Luck a
Yeah.
lot, and I did during Mean Streets, the beginning of Mean Streets, I had like an 80-ish% win rate with it for a while.
it's pretty good.
Before. Like,
Okay, this
Reno
is the
Mage
best
and
answer
stuff.
ever. We asked if you were given the keys to the kingdom to make one change in Hearthstone, what would it be? You wrote make those Dormies effect one-sided for ultimate tilting potential.
So it's just your opponent can only get the 15-second turns.
Right,
Oh, man.
exactly.
Oh.
So you sit there for your 75 seconds in like hero power, and then watch them squirm, right?
So if you ever got like Nosdormu like off of, let's say, like a Netherspite Historian, and you're gonna have
Yeah.
to play it, do you like play it and hit end turn as quickly as possible, or do you play it and then like let him stew for a second?
You always end turn quickly.
Yeah. I think
Every time.
that's the right way.
Yeah, you
You
have
surprise. It's like your last play for sure. If you're gonna do anything else, you like do it before. Play the Nosdormu, end turn immediately, and just let them be like, whoa, what do I do?
If
to. There's
if
a reason it was banned from THL.
yeah, if you had to get rid of one Hearthstone class forever, what class are you kicking off the island?
I wrote priest, and
I
my
love you.
reasoning was the fun decks aren't good, and the good decks aren't fun.
Yeah, I always say to everyone, like, if you have Golden Priest, you should really rethink your life. Like, do you like hate yourself that much where you had to play 1,000 games with Priest? Like,
Right.
it's just, yeah, it's like the most like boring class in all of Hearthstone to play. I agree with you. I hate Priest. Get rid of it.
Well, there's cool combo priest stuff, but it always kind of just falls a little bit short. I feel like of what a good combo deck should be. And then the good deck is like Dragon Priest, but that's not really that fun. to
No,
play, in
and
my
it
opinion.
it has no like elements of Priest thematics. Like if they can find a way to make Priest feel priesty, kind of like that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like, then maybe it'll be cool. But I don't think healing's the way. I think like it needs to be more of like maybe like a faithy type priest. I don't even know what that would look like, but I don't know.
Put your faith in the light.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what that would look like, honestly. But yeah, priest is boring. I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Any other questions that seemed interesting to Trucci?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of questions.
All right, we got maybe
Yeah,
maybe
I
pick one more and then
We might
well
have
we
one
got
more. I think
yeah.
we gotta get Had's.
Yeah, we definitely do. Let's see. For favorite music, he likes to listen to while playing Hearthstone. He likes the beautiful ambient sounds of the inn. That is awesome, man.
Great.
no Froggy Fresh dunked on.
You have to love those guitar sounds.
Just the just a little,
For 3
Good
years.
stuff.
All right, Loch
Well,
Ness.
it's awesome having you on the show, man.
Thank
the
you for coming
interview.
on. Sorry couldn't do any more for you, but before you go, did you have any questions for us?
I don't think so. Thanks for having me. That was good experience. I like being on stream.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my I don't know. there was one more question on the thing that said if you could hang on, if you could banish any one HS card to hell forever, what's it going to be? I wrote Mysterious Challenger and Divine Favor, but I think I'm gonna change it
To Tyrion.
to the Warrior Quest or Tyrion.
Yeah.
To the Warrior Quest, yeah.
That's
It's definitely fair after that series.
Banish that card.
Banish it to oblivion. I don't want to see it again.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. And sorry it couldn't go better for you.
Thanks, guys. Good talking with you.
All right.
All right, good luck.
See ya.
Thanks. See
All
ya.
right. We're gonna let Slimsch and all them know when they're ready to ban. I'm gonna ask them for a ban so we can go on. But let's take a look at their lineups here while we're waiting. We have.
This is another. You can go ahead.
Yeah, so we have Slimsch. Like, the real main difference is they're mostly mirrors, but Slimsch got rid of Druid and he's picking up Priest. That's pretty much the only difference I can see. What do you make of him? What do you make of that?
So the really interesting thing about him ditching Druid to go for Priest is that Priest, while it's not overly popular in THL, Silence Priest is a really good counter for both kinds of Druid. It's extremely favored over Jade Druid, and I want to say that it's favored over Aggro Druid as well, although I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that might be what Slimsch is going for. Mirror lineup, but then the one class that is different, you're going to be favored over that. So I would probably give Slimsch the slight edge in this lineup.
Yeah, I like it, and I think Priest, like I even said it like in the pre-show, Priest can do some stuff. Yeah, it's got a pretty good matchup against like aggro decks. It can go long. It's got a favorable matchup against Mage. I think Priest is actually pretty strong here.
Yeah, Mage is also a good matchup. I've had say that Dragon Priest is actually favored against both types of Mage, against both Burn Mage and Secret Mage, and probably even Freeze Mage too, although that matchup does not happen that often.
Okay, so we have a double Paladin ban. I mean, that seems pretty standard.
Surprising. Yeah, I think we see Paladin ban a lot.
Yep, I'm going to let them know they could go ahead and queue. You're going to have our hat on the bottom, and you're going to have Slinch up top. These are two of the best players in the league, so I'm expecting to see a really good matchup here between the two of them.
Definitely a highlight.
Something to
Interesting
note
thing is that they've actually both lost on stream so far on Friday Night Fight.
That's true.
So something to note is that the Pod People team is up 4-0 in the series against Valkyrie right now, and that is because of a DQ in the 5 seed.
Ooh. Didn't submit
you hate to
classes?
see that. Nope, just didn't submit. We got a couple of those this week, unfortunately.
Wait, which team had the DQ?
Valkyrie had the DQ.
That seems unfortunate. It seems like Lemur's a pretty good captain who's on top of these things, so...
yeah, I mean...
I don't know.
Yeah,
we need G-Nets to lead another mutiny.
Yeah, you really just hate to see that, though. I think both of the players are into their game already.
Yep, they are. We're going to have Mage against Priest queuing up here. So far, you really can't tell what kind of Priest it is. Standard Priest cards. Mage, it looks like it can either be Freeze or Discover. You really don't know yet either.
Yeah, Mage, it's just so hard to tell. They all run the same really, really good class cards.
It's Secrets Mage.
Crystal Runner now, so yeah.
Secrets Mage is a deck that's kind of died out a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it has. After hitting number 1 on the Vicious Syndicate Data Reaper report, it's definitely died out.
I still think it's a tier 1 deck,
Mage.
for sure.
I agree.
But yeah, it's died down a little bit, because like, it's got situations where it's not great. But I mean, this hand is really good.
Yeah, really strong hand from Hat. Slimsch, on the other hand, doesn't.
I don't think this is a great
his
matchup.
talent pickup is really nice, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he wants to go for that, which he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to play the Naked Talon Priest, but I mean, his Northshire Cleric is going to live through this, hopefully. And the Talon Priest will pick up some value somewhere.
So this is interesting. That Ancient Watcher and Silence is running Priest. I would assume in an effort to counter Pat's Druid, as we talked about earlier. He's also running Priest of the Feast, which is not seen that often.
Yeah.
It should help to shore up some of these aggro matchups, though.
Yep. Yeah, this is definitely a Silence Priest. As you could tell by the silence in the Ancient Watcher.
Yep. Slimsch is gonna take it slow here. He's just gonna heal his
He's got no reason to. But one thing to note about these Silence Priests is to make room for these extra cards, they cut things like your Shadow Words and sometimes your Dragonfire Potions. So, I mean, if Hat could get these Cabal Crystal Runners down pretty cheap, they might stick around for a while.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, one of the weaknesses of these Silence Priest decks is that they usually do not run removal like Shadowward Pain and Shadowward Death.
Yeah, but they're trying to end the game very quickly, which, I mean, Slimsch is pretty close to doing. He's just going to make it 8-8, and he's just going to shove it into Hat's... I mean, you could shove it in his face if you want to, but, I mean, you're dead to, like, trade ping just like you are here. Maybe you do put it into your opponent's face.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he just wants to kill that 5/5 off.
Yeah.
Future. Valet is really nice for Hat here.
Oh, absolutely. Now, if you're Slimsch, you have to proc the counter spell. Using your silence to do it doesn't feel good either, because you need those silences to enable your minions.
Right. I like him just going for just continuing to build.
Yeah.
He even has Priest of the Feast in hand, so he's not worried too much against about getting burned down.
Nope, but I mean, here comes a Cabal Crystal Runner for free, and he's got the Mirror Entity and the Counterspell, so he's just got boatloads of tempo on the board right now that his opponent really can't deal with.
Right, but I mean, Mirror Entity really not the best card.
Well, he does have the Ancient Watcher. He didn't. Did he just pick that up?
I think he might have. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Either top like that.
I don't know. I took my glasses off. I'm having a hard time seeing these cards. Bible Thump.
Yeah, Hat is gonna get this 4 or 5 on the board, but he most likely has no way to proc it with the silence or something like a
unless he's
Shambler in his deck. So it's essentially like him not getting anything off your entity at all.
Yeah, unless he's got like a Cabal Courier tech, and that Cabal Courier tech gets him like Purify or Silence. Then yeah. Man, Purify, I remember that card was an actual joke.
Yeah.
Like...
So Hat chooses to heal his Acolyte here over healing his Ancient Watcher, and I would assume that's because the Ancient Watcher already dies. So Crystal Runner on the board.
Yeah, that's a good point. And if you're Slimsch, you definitely want to heal the Acolyte, because like your opponent can ping it and kill it off, which isn't great. So, like now if they want to kill it, they actually have to like put something into it, which is good for you still.
So that's interesting. Hat is going to kill off the Ancient Watcher here, and there isn't a silence in Slimsch's hand right now.
No,
We've already seen 2 silences, but there is always the threat of it with cards like Shadow Vision.
Like he's got the Shadow Visions. He doesn't even need the silences. He could just get the Divine Spirits. He can get the Shadow Words, the Power Word Shield. Sorry, he can Cabal Talon Priest, and then he could get an Inner Fire. You know what I mean? So like he can make a very threatening Acolyte of Pain right now that will keep drawing him tons of cards. He didn't hit what he needed to, but I mean he had the ability to do it.
Yeah, I really wonder. I think Hat maybe should have killed that Acolyte because it's really just like the most immediately threatening minion. It's the one that actually can attack next turn rather than killing the Ancient Watcher, which only sometimes can attack next turn.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think killing the Ancient Watcher was correct. But I mean, it did represent the biggest potential threat.
Yeah, and Hat
Shatter's not great.
Doesn't have a clean answer for this Acolyte. Fireball ping it. He's gonna give Slimsch 2 draws, and he's already running out of resources himself. This is a really tough position for Hat here.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't love any of his options, to be honest with you. But you have to do it because the Acolyte of Pain is just moments away from becoming like a 10-10.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that humongous razor leaf
Definitely
is
don't want that
is a
happen.
nice pickup. You can just humongous razor leaf into faceless shambler.
Seems pretty good to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't go.
seems pretty good. I like it a lot.
So, as for Hat here, I'm wondering what he's running in his deck because there's a lot of flexibility in Secret Mage builds these days.
Yeah.
I've seen lists that are running top end like Medivh and Pyroblast and even Yogg.
Yogg.
So there's definitely a lot that Hat can still do to get into this game, even though he's pretty behind on cards right now.
Do you promise not to judge me? I've been playing Yogg and Secret Mage on ladder for like the last couple weeks, and it is insane. Like, there's a good chance he's running Yogg. It's
yeah.
just
I mean, Yogg's a pretty good card. I don't really hate it. I would say that the downside is that it is sometimes hard to consistently get a good amount of spells off by the time you draw it.
I mean, think about it with Secret Mage, though. You're playing your AIs, you're playing your glyphs, and you're playing secrets for free. You actually cast a ton of spells with Secret Mage.
That's true.
Like, yeah, Mana Worm here is correct every time. You know what's this Tar Lurker is actually be really annoying for Slimsch to have to fight through.
Yeah, you're right. It is because it does get buffed up to a...
Ooh, the Shatter. He's getting value out of the Shatter. That's insane.
Yeah. Frostbolt's just a huge pickup for Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's not doing anything from offensively, but it's really annoying for him to have to fight through it. A 4/7 taunt, like, this seems pretty good.
Right. I think the most important thing that it does here protects his Mana Worm, and
yeah.
As we said, you know, these Silence Priest lists don't run any direct removal really, so this Mana Worm can get out of control very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. But Slimsch is going to have the Divine Spirits. He's really close to being able to put together a really large threat, and he's just going to draw for days. He's actually going to draw his entire deck.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, Slimsch is just picking up some insane value, and I believe that he still has another Silence and another Purify still in his deck in the bottom 6 cards.
He's just got to finish this game before this Mana Worm gets out of hand.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, if you're Hat, you're just putting everything to your opponent's face. You have to know. You have to end this game now. Like,
yep.
You can't wait.
Yeah, this is absolutely the best line. Taking advantage of the priest, you know, struggles with removing minions, just going as wide as possible. Because if you try to wait, then you know Slimsch is just going to get those purifies.
Do you ever Lyra here, or is it too heavy? I don't know if you can. Like, I think you need the mana.
Yeah, I think you have to play the Priest of the Feast here. You have a bunch of cheap spells in hand, and yeah, you really need to heal out of range because Slimsch is not going to be able to clear off, you know, these Kirin-Tor mages. I don't think he's actually right now he can't even get through this taunt, can he?
It depends on what he draws with the Power Word Shield.
That's
and his
true.
Acolyte.
He could pick up a Silence with this Power Word Shield if he chooses to go for it now. Don't know why he wouldn't just play the Power Word Shield now. In fact, I'm wondering why he wouldn't play it first.
Yeah.
Inner Fire, that's still not a Silence. Slimsch still has 2 Silences in the bottom 4 cards of his deck. Wow.
I think one's got to be coming up here. Here we go. Just a 0 mana Silence. That feels really good.
And you just play it now. You get the free heal from the Priest of the Feast, are able to clear off another minion with your Razor Leaf.
Oh, he's going to silence the Mana Worm. That's probably pretty big too. And then your Priest of the
This is smart.
Yeah. And like if you're Slimsch, I mean, you could then Inner Fire the next turn with the Lyra and then start, you know, just generating value.
Yeah, Hat's going to have to go all face.
He has to. If Slimsch picks up another Silence, I think he can end the game. There it is. I think you Lyra first every time, and then, yep, here comes all the value.
Yep, and Slimsch just needs to clear off the board here, really, unless he picks up something crazy.
Death doesn't help. Potion of Madness helps. You can. I don't think you clear the silenced Mana Worm, though, Slimsch. I think it doesn't matter.
Well, he might be planning to kill off the other mana one as well, I would assume.
Yeah. He got another silence. Look at that. Lyra gave him a silence. That was huge. Yeah, this is
Oh
insane.
man, and the binding heal. He's
this
actually going to heal up to 30.
this is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. This might be the only priest deck that I would consider fun.
Yeah, and this is just insane. He just completely. Oh my god!
Oh, here's the Yogg. Let's go. Nuts to pray, boys.
How many spells? Oh,
Dragon Fire Potion!
Oh no. So that's not.
I mean, Slimsch
I
is in
don't know. I don't
fatigue.
think Hat is out of this game completely, is he?
I mean, the shadow form is huge.
Shadow form is tough too. Yeah. I don't know if Hat can find a way to deal with these minions somehow.
Yeah, I
And
don't think there's any way to get past the shadow form.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the shadow form was the old nail in the coffin. That was a
Wow, what a
crazy
game.
game. That was an amazing game, though. But think about it, like, if just from the standpoint of like what Slimsch needed to do to get in the game, he needed a miracle, and he got it.
And that's unless he was running another Priest of the Feast. No, Slimsch went to Fatigue, so that Priest of the Feast was a 1-of in his deck, and that's the card that won him the game.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, Lyra gave him Silence, which is a 0-mana spell. It enabled his second Humongous Razor Leaf to be able to attack. It gave him 3 health and another priest spell. Like, that turn was actually insane.
Yeah, really, just wow.
Like, that was crazy. That's probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in all of Hearthstone. Oh, we got a Pirate Warrior. This is actually, I think, a pretty good matchup for Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, I would say the Pirate Warrior is definitely. So with this Pirate Warrior bring, I think maybe we can say that Slimsch is targeting the mage.
Yeah,
Seems pretty likely.
maybe. I think you just coin out the War Hacks here every time.
He could coin out the War Axe and hold. That's
Yeah.
really well because he can go Raider next turn and pull the patches.
Yep, and then you could clear the Arcanologist. But yeah, I think you have to play the War Axe. I think you just chill with it. I don't think you're swinging. He sees the line.
Yeah, I mean, this is weak against acidic Swampus, but that's really never run in Secret Mage.
No.
If it's running an Ooze at all, it's going to be running the 3-mana
This-
Ooze, so you feel really safe playing the
Yeah,
Warriors.
this curve from Slimsch is actually really good. I mean, Arhat's going to be able to clear it next turn, but like he's not going to be able to develop anything, and he's going to allow Slimsch to develop a Frothing Berserker. Well, here comes the Mirror Entity.
Yeah, picking up that Kirantor is really nice, and I definitely agree with playing the Mirror Entity over the Counterspell. Counterspell isn't going to do that much against Pirate Warrior until the late game where it can hit Mortal Strike.
You could check for Mirror Entity here by playing the South Sea. I don't think it's worth it. They're not going to get any value out of the Captain, so I think you just play the Captain and clear the 4/3 and then push 5 to the face. I think that's good enough. You don't want to give him a Frothing.
The South Sea Deckhand does play around Mirror Entity. The downside is that it's pretty bad curve. It doesn't let you go.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Slimsch is going to play the Frothing here.
Now,
to be able
this is
to go
interesting.
South Sea plus Deckhand.
This is interesting. I didn't think of this. He could clear the Frothing and the Kirantor Mage and buff his Frothing. I like this play.
Right. So
Yep.
it's actually fine to play the Frothing here, and you'll have South Sea and the Deckhand next turn. Now it won't have charge, but it just fits in with your curve a lot better, I think.
Yep. Nope, I like this play. I mean, Hat just had the answer, but yeah, I mean, it's still a good play.
Yeah, I like Frost bolting the Frothing and then just picking up one that is going to hit you in the face next turn, because you can always deal with the Frothing next turn.
Yep.
Captain.
Captain.
Looking at Slimsch's hand, this is really just the opposite of the hand you want to see in the early game. Mortal Strike and Leroy do nothing to improve your build play.
That's an interesting turn from Hat. He's going to take time to Arcane Intellect instead of like developing a secret and, putting down a Medivh's Valet and then getting the clear on the Frothing. Like, I think it's better to get a dude on the board than it is to draw those 2 cards. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. What it does let him do is use Valet this turn, and this means that over 2 turns, he's guaranteed to have clean kills on both the South Sea Captain and on the Frost.
Yep.
So yeah, we are going to see that come out now.
Yeah, and this is a good position for Hat to be in. That pickup of the cultist is actually pretty big too. It allows him to trade a first mate in his face into a mana worm.
Yeah, that's really good for Slimsch. And what Slimsch is looking to do here, I think, push as much face damage as he can while he has the board, and then finish the game off with all the that he has in hand.
Yep. Oh man, don't you remember when Sir Finley used to make hero power and cool with Pirate Warrior? Like, this is actually a really good board for Hat. He's got to the secrets. He's gonna get a freeze off.
Yeah, this is a really big swing turn.
0 mana 5/5s are pretty good.
Slimsch picks up the deckhand again.
Yeah.
It's just like a really low value card right here, but I think you have to play.
Yeah, you have to play it. It's a shame that the Karen Tor Mage doesn't have taunt, but that would be too OP.
So Slimsch is considering playing the Leroy here.
I would, yeah, why not?
Double Mortal.
Yeah, I would.
And let's see. Yeah, so he's
You set up
setting
lethal.
so that he will have lethal if he goes below 13 health, if he has 12 or less health.
But
so we'll see if Hat plays around that.
He's got to find a way to play around the counter strike. Or the counter strike, counter spell. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Has probably figured out that that is a counter spell that Hat has because he knows it's Secret Mage.
Yeah, he's got to know it's counter spell, right? There's no way you can't know. Like if he picks up an upgrade here, that's huge. He doesn't get it, but I still think you play this. So you play it.
I think so.
You kill off like the 2/1 or the 3/2. Yeah, you kill off the 3/2, and then you just armor up. Or you could kill off the 5/2. Yeah, you could kill off the 5/2.
Can even afford to do that though? Like he might not draw the damage needed to finish if he trades.
I guess that's true. And he's not dead yet, so yeah, he might have to just go face. But Hat's got another counter spell.
Yeah, that's really, really huge for Hat. And now, how much damage is he going to push here?
He's got
he
2-turn
doesn't
lethal.
He need to play around Mortal Strike now, really.
Nope. He played around it by playing the counter spell.
Can he ever get punished?
No.
Yeah, I don't think he can actually.
Because no, because like even like upgrade Mortal Strike isn't lethal, right? Like that's not lethal. Then you
Your
just kill
opponent
him.
only has 2 cards in hand, so they'd have to have the Mortal Strike and a card to proc it for you to actually get punished. So he didn't really need to hold back there.
Yeah, and like now it gives him. Can he even get lethal this turn? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he has lethal this turn. So I mean, there's really no punish. I mean, I guess that there's a slight punish because you're giving him more turns to find an answer, but I still think you're okay if you're Hat.
So Glyph, oh wow, and he gets the ice block. That should seal up this game.
I don't see how it doesn't. Yep, unless there's Heroic Strike. I mean, that would be nice if his opponent wasn't holding Counterspell and Ice Block.
Yeah, it's almost lethal for Slimsch. But the Counterspell is going to do it. Slimsch is going to concede. He knows he dies next turn.
Maybe he was just hoping that it wasn't Counterspell.
Yeah, that's very possible. So Slimsch, I think he really wanted to get that win with the Pirate War, the Secret Mage, because that's definitely favored for him. If Hat is bringing Aggro Druid and Taunt Warrior, those are both favored over Pirate Warrior, I believe. So that Warrior could struggle to pick up a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's like an Aggro Druid, like he could tech in like the Golakka Crawlers And then, like, with living mana, just overload the Pirate Warrior. Oh,
Okay,
here's another
so
Pirate
Hat-
Warrior.
Yeah, he has a Pirate Warrior of his own.
Into
and
Gunther Mage,
see
so
what it looks like Gunther Mage here.
if...
And Slimsch throws back the volcano.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. I mean, you can't know it's Pirate Warrior, right? So, I mean, that's correct if you're hedging against Taunt Warrior, but you always have to mulligan for Pirate Warrior.
Yeah. Now what Slimsch does pick up, which is going to be huge in this match.
He's got 2 Frostbolts and the Gluttonous Ooze. That's huge. I think, like, what really sucks for RidiculousHat is drawing the patches.
Yeah, that's you never want to see it.
Yep. And, like, most games, it's okay to drop the deckhand on one, but not against Mage. That's, like, the one class in Shaman. Those are, like, the 2 classes where you really can't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Hat, like, looking at his next turn, Slimsch, I believe, just wants to hear here. I don't think it's worth playing the Frostbolt.
I think you
he's
just...
probably going to play the upgrade here, and if he does that, he is going to get punished pretty hard by the
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and it's a pretty good target. I mean, it's one off from the Arcanite Reaper in terms of, like, armor you'll gain, but, I mean, you get to contest the board perfectly. With the 3/3, he can't trade into you. He could drop the patches, but then you're 2 for 1-ing, and you're winning against the Value War against the Pirate Warrior.
Yeah, and it's just backbreaking for Hat there. Especially
that feels, man. I know the feels, bro. I too am also a degenerate that plays nothing but aggro. That's tough. And Slim's just got options.
Play the patches armor up here.
Yeah. I mean, you could ping clear if you want if you're Slimsch. You could play the Cabal Courier too. I mean, you could leave up the patches. I don't think you're really scared of the 1/1.
Yeah, he does have a lot of options here.
Yeah.
Courier is pretty slow, but I think you can afford to. Slimsch's hand is just so...
You can even get the Crystalline Oracle. I like the Crystalline Oracle here. I mean, the Medivh's Ally is good too, but, like, the Crystalline Oracle could get you a weapon, and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, the Crystalline Oracle could have been played that same turn if Slimsch just wanted to get a 1/1 onto the board. I like going with the Valet because you have Ice Block Valet next turn.
Yeah, you do. And, like, this is actually a very nice pickup for Hat. Getting the Enzoth into the Cultist is pretty big. So now, like, Ice Block Valet is not even that great.
Yeah, and it is a good pickup in here, but that means he really doesn't want to play Arcanite Reaper on 5 because he's just throwing away so much value at his Rusty Hook.
I don't think you care about value. You're never going to win the value war. I think well, the Corsair is cool too. I mean, that's actually pretty cool. So, I mean, that's an alternative play. And then next turn, you don't feel bad throwing away the Rusty Hook for the Reaper.
Yeah, the Corsair is a huge pickup, not only because it buffs the weapon, more so just because gets a 5/4 onto the board.
Yeah. This is a good play from Slimsch, though. He's just going to take care of the board. He's got a defensive Alex in hand already. I don't see his Ice Block getting popped in the next 3 turns.
Yeah, I just got kicked from Spectate again, unfortunately. But
Oh,
get back in.
Bubble Thump. Yeah, his Ice Block's not getting popped anytime soon, so he can afford to get the defensive Alex off. Which usually wins you the game against Pirate Warriors on the spot, because you just have so much removal now. I think he's thinking about whether he wants to ping it, or, you can Frostbolt the face here. I think you want to Frostbolt the face. That seems good.
Yeah, I think Frostbolting the face is fine here. He's just gonna be able to,
Yeah, there's merit to playing the second, Medivh's Valet just to contest, anything that could hit the board. But I can see why holding it's okay too. Yeah, and this Alex is going to be able to go off, so Slimsch is in no hurry to, get things on the board, I guess. Cabal Courier's nice.
Yeah, I think Slimsch is going to courier. Oh man, you just have to take it.
Yeah, Priest of the Feast is cool. I like it. Not only that, I mean, it's got a really nice body. A 3/6 body is good, especially against aggro decks. You can make a lot of trades with it.
Yeah, definitely. A really good body. Yeah, you just play it now.
Yeah.
Though you aren't getting value for the heal this turn, your opponent can't afford
to put damage into clearing the Priest of Beast, and that's a grimy Gadgeteer.
Ooh. You know what? Our hat has been known to play Grimy Gadgeteer in his Pirate Warrior decks. Week 1 of last season against Top Hat, he played a Grimy Gadgeteer.
Wow, that's surprising. That's not a card that you. I wonder if that is tech against Priest, because it is a 4-attack minion, and it can be really good against Priest to extend the burst potential that you have.
Yeah.
As we see here when he's buffing Leroy.
Yeah, buffing Leroy's huge. Because now you have 8 attack from hand for 5 mana. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, Cone of Cold's pretty good here. Yeah, there's some merit to pretty much any spell that came in there, but I think Pyroblast isn't what you're looking for, though, honestly.
Yeah, I would tend to agree there. And it's becoming really difficult to get into this game now.
Yeah. Ooh, that's. I mean, you could Leroy here and then just push the 8 damage to the face. I mean, you could pop the ice block now, and then you make it so that the defensive Alex isn't even that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May as well just go for this.
Yep.
So the thing
Ooh,
is,
ice
Slimsch
barrier.
doesn't even have to defensive Alex.
No, he's got the
he
ice
can play
barrier.
Ice barrier and second ice block, and heal up to. He would heal up to 11.
Yeah.
And there's really no way that Hat can deal 12 damage.
He would actually heal up to more than that. He would heal up to.
Oh yeah, if he plays the Cone of Cold.
Yeah. And plus he's got the barrier, which will heal him up to 19 total.
Wow.
Yep, now he's healed back up to, 22. Yeah, he can end this game next turn.
Yeah, effectively. Yeah, and I mean, the Pirate Warrior, of course, cannot deal with this wipe. So,
Nope.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
just going to be game. Hat knows it. He'll concede.
Yeah, that was a really smartly played game by Slimsch.
Yeah, really well played by Slimsch. I agree. So now Slimsch just has to get a win with his Warrior.
Did I say
to
smartly?
take this series. Yes.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Well, it is late, man.
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just a straight
So-
idiot.
If you're Hat here, what do you queue?
It depends on what your decks are, right? So if you have you have to face a Pirate Warrior, and obviously you're staring down the barrel of a loaded gun, basically, because Pirate Warrior is such an extremely powerful deck. It even beats its bad matchups. But like if you have the Golakka Crawlers, maybe you can go with the Druid. If not, if you're Taunt Warrior, we know you're Pirate Warrior. Oh, he doesn't have the Golakka Crawlers.
That's
He's just,
interesting. So he goes with the Jade Druid.
maybe he thinks he could just out heal with the Earthen Scales. I mean, it's a better matchup than it used to be with Primordial Drake and Earthen Scales. So
Yeah, it definitely is. And I'm wondering if Hat is running
he might have some
Blood
anti-aggro
Misuse,
techs.
maybe a couple Tar Creepers.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think Druid's still the right call. Because I don't know if, like, your Pirate Warrior can win the mirror match with Grimy Gadgeteer. It feels like it would be a slower deck.
Yeah, it definitely feels like
Matchup that he wants Grimy Gadgeteer for.
Yeah, more like a
Slimsch.
mid-rangey Pirate Warrior. Yeah, Slimsch, he's got the War Axe on, too. He's just a god. Like-
Warax is good. It plays into Glutnesses if Hat is running. You
Yeah.
don't see that in his hand. Hat's
Nope.
just gonna play the Wild Growth here, which is fine.
Upgrade right into the Corsair is pretty good. Or the Raider, sorry, is pretty good.
he can also just play South Sea Captain here and pull 2/2 patches if he wants to.
Yeah. I think you want to end the game fast, so I think the Raiders the play to do that, and you're going to start swinging because you're basically you're hoping to draw a weapon in the next 3 turns anyways, so you could start swinging.
Yeah. This plays into Swipe a little bit. This play of the Raider, but it's probably fine. You can see that Hat doesn't have an answer to it here.
Yep, and then the captain's going to come down, and he's just going to push so much face damage. He's going to put Hat in a position where he's going to have to find some taunts and some healing. He's got the Feral Rage. Oh,
Another
that upgrade's
too,
pretty
wow.
good. I don't know if I like the Corsair here. I guess it's fine. It just gets you a 5/4 on the board, but
I think it's fine. The 5/5 is a better bot.
yeah.
Druid still just can't really deal with it.
The Jade Behemoth's going to come down, but Slimsch has the upgrade to take a clean hit on it with his weapon.
Yeah, I mean, Hat just has to play the upgrade, not dive in.
Yep, here comes the upgrade, and then he's just going to pile dudes on top of it. He's going to pile on another Corsair. And he's going to pile on both Corsairs, Dread and Naga.
Yeah, Hat needed, like, innervate, y'all, to get back into this game, but
yeah,
he's just going to die here, unfortunately.
Yep, it feels really, really bad.
Handle fail rate is not going to be...
No, it's not enough. Valiant effort, but yeah, it's just not enough in the end. Yeah, Slimsch takes
the series 3-1.
Yeah, that's good series by Slimsch. Just pretty quick series compared to our last one, but yeah, that Pirate Warrior deck is just it's so powerful that it could just have these like blowout turns that just lead to quick wins, for lack of better terms. But in essence of time, because it is getting late here, why don't we pull Slimsch into the channel here? Oh, he's not even in Discord. Slimsch, why? I'm going to message Slimsch.
I can ask him,
yeah. I'm going to tell him interview. Oh, come on. I mean, is it because I'm on busy? Is that why I can't message people? Or is it because Slimsch is on? Yeah, can you message Slimsch? For some reason, my message isn't working.
Yeah, I asked him.
Oh yeah, no, he said okie dokie.
Oh, cool. Slimsch will be able to get in here by himself.
Yes.
If he has those powers.
I'm gonna go online.
So whenever he comes in to Discord.
All right. We're just waiting on Slimsch now. Parker accepted the interview after like 11 minutes. Like I thought it would have been cool to get Parker on. It's too late now. Sorry, Parker, but like I really wanted to like get in his head after that reverse sweep. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Slimsch is here.
Slimsch. First off, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
What were you thinking about? What was your plan going into the series?
My plan was, well, I submitted Priest because I had seen that RidiculousHat had brought Druid and Mage very consistently, and if people do that, you can just bring Priest, and it's an amazing class.
I have to say, we were
a lot of that focused around Priest, and therefore banning Paladin because you don't want to play against Paladin if you're playing Priest.
Yeah, you have to watch the VOD back. That was like the craziest Priest match, Hearthstone match I've ever seen in my life.
The Priest.
Yeah,
Mage?
Yeah, Priest Mage. That was insane. Like I think at the end there, you healed like almost 30 points of damage. You gotta.
Priest of the Feast is a very underlooked card, or very overlooked, I should say.
Yeah.
And you were only running one of those in your deck, right? Unless.
Yeah, I had two, but then I was like, I want two Acolytes.
Yeah.
I kind of regret it, but the Acolytes were really good, so.
Yeah.
No, I agree. The Acolytes did a lot of.
You were really
the
close.
Feast just makes sense.
You were really
Worried
close.
about aggressive decks, which I figured that he probably wasn't going to play, but I wanted to have some cards that were good against it, just in case.
Yeah. You were close, too, to making like a 10-10 Acolyte of Pain. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. In that matchup, it just felt like, well, I can't save these combo cards for the Silence dudes. I'm just going to use them in a way that stops him from doing what he's trying to do and just win the game that way. Because Silence Priest could do that. As long as you can use Lyra, then you're good.
Yeah.
And Priest of the Feast was in the hand the whole time, so.
Yeah, and Lyra just gave you a bunch of cheap spells, and it gave you Silence, which lets you activate one of your Humongous Razor Leafs. It gave
Lyra turns are fun.
Yeah, what's the 1-mana card where it's like you heal 5 damage from a minion and you heal 5 to your face?
Binding Heal.
Binding Heal. It gave you that. Like, that was just an insane turn. Like, it couldn't have gone any better. I love it. Like, I think Priest is a very boring class, but when you can have turns like that, that's cool.
Yeah. Priest is... I think Priest definitely has its place in THL. I just can't bring it every week at all.
Yeah.
But Druid and Mage have become more and more popular in the last few weeks. So, I don't know. if you're annoyed by those classes, bring Priest. Silence Priest is OP. It beats all druids. Tekken Priest of the Feast, you beat Mage. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Especially
I think
Secret
that's
Mage.
That's a good strategy.
Especially
so-
Secret Mage, which
That's
I didn't necessarily expect. But
What were you thinking when the Yogg came down? Did you expect?
I hate Yogg. Even after the nerf.
It was-
I expected it all to be over.
Yeah, like we thought Yogg
But
was gonna
yeah,
end it.
then it turned out once I saw the Dragon Fire potion, I knew it was fine.
Yeah, that was probably the coolest
But
game
yeah,
ever.
I was very scared. It made me upset too because even after I realized that the Yogg had like ended itself and ended its effect, and that I'd probably win the game, I knew that it might happen in a future game, and that kind of set me up badly. I didn't want to look forward to that.
Yeah, like once you know the Yogg's there, it's the Yogg effect. It's like, oh man, what's it gonna do to me this game?
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Yeah, I hate Yogg, but I've been playing the Yogg Secret Priest on ladder, and it's won me a lot of games, and I don't feel good about it. I have to take
Yogg
like
Secret.
You mean Secret
a
Mage?
Secret Mage. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, they play Yogg, huh?
yeah, they do play Yogg. It's a thing, and I have to take a shower.
Yogg when he got nerfed. I'm not gonna make one.
Yeah, I didn't. I have to take a shower every time I play it. I feel gross. It's just so. And you even said it. Why are you going to crush your opponent tonight? Priest is OP. Like that was
Yeah,
your
I'm
answer.
Sweep with it because it's last hero standing.
Yeah. If it was last
It's
hero.
awesome. I love to bring it when I can. I brought it. I think 3 weeks now.
So if it was last hero standing, do you think you 3-0 with Priest?
No, that was just a joke.
I don't know. Maybe not against the Pirate Warrior though. I think. Well, maybe. I don't know.
It's fine against Pirate Warrior if you play 2 Potion of Madness. It should be fine.
There's some really good answers to these questions here in the that we sent out to you.
They're probably not as good as Ridiculous Hats.
I mean, RidiculousHat has some good ones, so definitely check out that. But if you made the BlizzCon finals, who'd be your final boss? You said Reynad.
Yeah.
Why is it, now you got to tell us a story. How are you banned in his Twitch stream?
I don't know. I used to watch Reynad all the time, and one night his chat was like progressively getting worse and worse against him. It was the start of that, and I don't know. He was starting to demod mods in his stream who weren't banning enough people. He somehow had access to information to that, and I was spamming some kind of like positive Ray Noodle message or something, and I got banned. And yeah, I didn't get unbanned.
That's pretty funny.
So I want to beat Reynad. And it would be hilarious just if Reynad made it to the finals of BlizzCon and couldn't win.
So another one of your answers was the question is you meet Ben Brode at BlizzCon and you get to say one thing to him. What do you say? And you said please rotate Minibot to Classic. I completely agree. I really wish we had Minibot back. I'm still nostalgic.
Or Mustard for battle. I'll take either.
Paladin. Yeah, I'll take either of them. Just some things of Paladin.
Guys.
Some better early game.
You have Ravasaur Run. That is a mini-bot. Sometimes. It's sometimes a mini-bot, but no one's playing it.
Minibot
So
had it all, just like Healbot. These little robots, they had the great stats and effect, and they had the good voice acting. They had everything. They were good.
Yeah, I love the Mac voice acting.
yeah.
I still have my 2 golden antique Healbots.
So we asked you what theme you would like the next expansion to be. You said you weren't familiar with WoW, but Ice Crown stuff. But like, what if it didn't have to be a WoW themed expansion? Like, what would you want to see if they went outside of the world of WoW?
You mean like they've been doing?
Yeah.
Well, they've done a lot of this exploring stuff. So I really don't know. I feel like I'm really unimaginative
Like,
when it comes to this.
What if they tapped I think it'd be cool if they tapped other Blizzard games. Why not? Why not make Hearthstone like a Blizzard
they
TCG?
They did it for the Tavern Brawl.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
They got some Diablo action in there, but I mean, it is Hearthstone, not Heroes of Warcraft. If they were going to tap other Blizzard games, I don't think that should happen.
I think it would be cool. All right, and then we'll get one or two more in here, but I gotta ask you. So you said your favorite video game ever was Pokemon Red. Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur.
I picked Bulbasaur.
Ooh, why
Nice.
Why Bulbasaur?
I mean, it's just who I picked as a dumb little 4-year-old kid. But then,
That used
as
to
I
be my
grew
pick
up,
too.
and the other versions of the first generation game came out, and I replayed Red, I realized that Bulbasaur is a very smart decision because you go against the first gym, the second gym, the third gym, and then by the time you get to the fourth gym, it's fine. You'll have picked up something to beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I always go for the grab.
I
I really like Leech Seed. I would just like Leech Seed the Onyx and Growl because I probably didn't have Vine Whip at that point because I was dumb.
I Charmander every time.
Gotta love Leech Seed.
Every time
Yeah, in Fire Red and Leaf Green, Charmander was a good. They give him the Metal Claw to help him out. But...
Yeah, I Charmander every time. I love Charmander. I don't care. Charizard's a good dude.
He's just a good dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Good dude. But again, we gotta get our hat in here. But thanks for coming on,
Yes.
Slimsch. It's always good to hear from you.
Of course.
If anyone needs
Yeah.
to talk to someone about THL related issues, Slimsch is the guy to go to. So if you have any issues, he's always in Discord. He's
Our
just a good
fearless
dude.
commissioner.
Yep.
Good dude.
I just think there's a lot of people in THL who just don't know that they can go to you if they need something or like have any issues. But you're always open, so it's
Yeah.
definitely something they should be on the lookout
I
for.
usually don't turn things down. Some things are more time consuming, which tend to not. But yeah, if it's something
Yeah.
quick,
Yeah, but if they just
I'll
need
be
someone
around.
to chat with about like an issue they're having in THL, find Slim. He'll help you out.
yeah.
All right,
All
thanks,
right,
Slim.
guys.
Appreciate it.
I really like this Friday night fight stuff, and these interviews.
Thank you.
They're great.
Before you go, do you
Awesome.
have?
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
You
But
guys are doing a good job.
I ask everyone this question, so I'm gonna ask you. Do you have any questions for us before you go?
Questions for you guys.
Yes.
Oh well, this is catching me completely off guard here.
Yeah. You don't have to have a question.
I have no questions. You should go to our hat immediately.
All right. Thanks, Slim.
All right, bye
All
guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
See you later.
Ba-dum.
All right. Pull in our hat.
Our hat.
Hey, our hat.
How's it going?
Oh,
Going
man.
all right.
Archer's faster than me.
Sorry, the game couldn't go better for you, but like that Silence Priest was crazy, man.
Well, I think I took the wrong line game one. I used my burn to control for value because I was operating under the belief that if he doesn't have a board, then he can't interfire me. But he was going to outvalue me anyway.
Oh yeah.
And so I've just been saving that burn for the face. I think it came down to really close. But if I still had 2 Firelands boards on the Fireball, it would have been within my reach. I think I just identified the wrong game plan.
Yeah.
I mean, don't say that you played poorly. Just blame the game on Yogg.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
And Yogg should have done a little more for me, which is why I was in the deck. I was rooting. I was like, I got one top deck, praise Yogg, and he came out. But unfortunately, new Yogg, when he kills himself, he stops playing.
Yep. Yeah. Frog
Feels
Saran.
bad, man.
Yeah, he was Yogg Saran's evil twin brother, Frog Saran. Like,
Yeah, only
like-
got one spell. Well, I guess 2 spells.
What was the first
Yeah.
spell that it cast?
He Mortal
Mortal
Strike Slimsch in the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's not great.
If he hadn't
Say
had
die,
Boost to the
Slimsch.
Feast and healed like 39 health, then it might have been more relevant. But
Yeah.
Boost to the Feast, both games it came down was completely dominant. It's, I wasn't expecting it out of the Priest, and I certainly wasn't expecting it out of the Mage. But it was the right call, and Slimsch has consistently, every time I played him, he techs against me and he wins, and so I think he has my number. I got to figure out how to
Yeah.
position myself a little better against the all-time greatest player in THL history.
He actually said in the interview that he brought Priest because you consistently brought Druid and Mage, and Priest beats Druid and Mage every time.
Yep.
So
And, yeah, he's a smart guy.
yeah, I mean that's definitely next level thinking, and it's definitely something for players to consider when they're looking at their lineups every week.
Yeah.
I have to say I loved a lot of your answers here for this interview that we sent you. So one thing I actually like that you answered. What theme would you like the next expansion to be? You said Overwatch. I couldn't agree more. I want different stuff in Hearthstone. I want to be able to equip guns. I want to be able to play Tracer, stuff like that. I love that answer.
Gun Warrior.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really play other games because I have a pretty demanding job, and somewhat active social life and a girlfriend that I want to spend time with on occasion.
Sure.
So I really only have the time for Hearthstone. And any of you that hang out in Discord know I really only come on at midnight Eastern and later because that's my Hearthstone time. So I'm aware of the other Blizzard games. I don't generally play them, but I just think Overwatch as a theme and with all the different characters in it would just translate so well to a set and would be great for reskinned heroes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be great, and I think like breaking away from WoW would only increase Hearthstone's visibility for like Overwatch
Yeah.
players and stuff
I
like
think
that.
it would be huge.
Like,
Yeah.
how much would you want to play as a Reaper Warlock or
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Winston Paladin?
Those would all be great. I think like
Yeah.
just being able to equip like weird and wacky guns like Genji's shurikens and stuff like that. Maybe Genji's shurikens might be a spell, but I don't know. I think it would be cool just to be able to equip guns for once that aren't Piranha Launcher and that don't suck.
Well, and the thing to recognize about Hearthstone is that a lot of the players, myself and Slimsch both included, we don't play WoW. We have very little experience with the Warcraft universe, so
I've never played it once.
Blizzard has so many rich intellectual properties. Why not just pull from those? You don't need to stick to just one. A StarCraft expansion would be enormous.
Oh yeah, that would be great too. I mean, anything you can to just expand upon your lore, and I think like Hearthstone's a good way to do that. I mean, they found ways to tell stories in Hearthstone that really don't get told in WoW. You can still understand. Like Mean Streets of Gadgetzan is a really good example of that. Like thematically, it told a really good story, and it wasn't really have much to do with WoW. And they could do that for other games too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like that.
I completely agree. I've also never played WoW. I'm glad that they're making Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft thing.
Yeah.
I think Overwatch should be a great expansion.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So also, for you could pick a fight with any person from all of history. I want to hear this. Who's it going to be? You said Martin Shkreli. Why Martin Shkreli?
He just has a really punchable face. I mean, I don't really want to get in a fight with anyone.
Yeah.
If there was a person I could just sucker punch, I mean, he makes a living out of being hated and screwing people over. So like, I don't have anything personally against him, but I feel like it'd be really satisfying just give him a sock right in the nose.
I mean, what aggravates you more about Martin Shkreli? The whole like jacking up the price of like all the medication, or he's that one guy that bought the Wu-Tang album and now like he's like a total ass about it.
Oh, it's 100% Wu-Tang. That's
Yeah.
not even a question.
Yeah, like that's like. Did you ever see his live streams where he's like listening to it? And he thinks he's cool as shit listening to this like Wu-Tang album that he bought, but it's just like nobody likes you, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know him personally. I didn't have a good answer to this question, but it seemed like the answer that the most people would relate with, so I went with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But before we get too deep into the interview questions, can you talk a little bit about heading into this? It didn't work out.
You were
Sorry,
cutting.
say that again. You cut off.
Oh, sorry. Can you talk a little bit about your strategy?
So my strategy here, Slimsch is an exceptional player. Every time I played him, he's had my number and he's completely bashed me. And he brought Priest. And so I wasn't sure what to make of that. I will admit that I submitted classes in kind of a hurry. And I thought I submitted my SHL class in a hurry too. It turns out I was hurrying a little too fast for that. It's Druid, Mage, Paladin, Warrior are the go-to classes. You can generally come up with a lineup out of those four decks no matter what that matches up with what your opponent is doing. So I wish I had gone with my gut and brought Rogue, but, didn't end up happening. So when Slimsch, every time I played him, he's had some kind of crazy control warrior that always just completely ruins me. And so that's where Jade Druid came in. And then Secret Mage, I was looking at the data and looking at the matchup charts. And if you weren't against Paladin, you were pretty favored. I normally prefer Burn Mage, and that's what I played the Legend last month. But against Slimsch, it seemed like the Secret Mage had a pretty consistent win rate across the board against everything he was bringing except Paladin. So I wanted to give that a shot. And then Taunt Warrior it seems like it has good matchups, but it really doesn't. I think it's either 50% or worse most of the time unless you hit really specific matchups. I expected him to bring some kind of Control Warrior. So that's where my Secret Mage and Jade Druid came into play. But I didn't expect Pirate Warrior, and I expected Silence Priest. I knew it was going to ban Paladin. I wasn't sure what mage he was going to bring, but I figured Pirate Warrior would match up pretty favorably there. And it almost did, except for Gluttonous Ooze Priest at the feast.
Yeah, that Gluttonous Ooze was
That Gluttonous Ooze was gross. Like, I expected them to play one weapon removal card. Some of them are cutting it. I still expected him to have it because I'm bringing Warrior, and I brought Paladin too, but he banned it. But
yeah.
I didn't expect it on turn 3, and I didn't expect to draw patches either. So, it's I wouldn't call it unlucky. I'd call it fortunate for him.
Another interesting card choice too that we were talking about was Grimy Gadgeteer.
Well, this is Ant's list from HCT.
Okay.
He brought one Spellbreaker, one Gadgeteer, one Mortal Strike. And I think the premise there is that they typically have taunts and removal. I was expecting Taunt Warrior. And so if I want to Bus Pass and Ally Armorsmith, and if I worry about them removing and I want to buff up a Corcoran or a Leroy in my hand, Grimy Gadgeteer has been pretty effective in doing that, oddly so. And so I just took his list and I was having pretty decent success with it. I did sweep Top Hat with it.
I was going to say, I brought that up on stream.
Yeah. Unrelated, but I have a golden Grimy Gadgeteer and I really wanted to bring it out to play.
Yeah, I brought that up on stream. I said you've been known to play with Grimy Gadgeteer. You beat Top Hat with it the first week of the season last season. I just thought it was something that just kind of stuck in your list. You're just like, good card. I like it.
Yeah, no, I didn't put that much thought into it. I really liked Ant's list a lot, and it hedged a little bit against more controlling strategies. And Slimsch, whenever I played against him, has generally tended more towards mid-range and control. So he definitely threw me for a loop this time in that his lists were, Burn Mage, call it what you want. It's more aggressive, but it's still kind of control-y. I don't know. That deck does a little bit of everything.
I would say it's probably control.
Yeah. It's control until it's not, and then you die. But I didn't expect Pirate Warrior, and maybe I should have. But, he made the read the same as I did, that Taunt Warrior seems good on paper, but in reality is very beatable. Though I did watch well, I guess that's what happened in the first match, right? It was very beatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Shaman game was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think with Taunt Warrior, like, you live and die by the same sword. You have to hit flips, and you also have to, so you have to hit the flips, basically. You're going to have the RNG that wins you the game and RNG that loses you the game, and it sucks.
Yeah,
really what it is about that deck is you're playing all mediocre cards with a big payoff at the end.
Yeah.
And if you can mitigate that payoff, then it's all just mediocre taunts, right?
It's true.
It's the average card quality is low, and then the quest card quality is very high.
I think it's interesting, though, when you were talking about Slimsch usually bringing control, because you're right, he is known for that. And there was a time I want to say it was around season 1, it was like a long time ago, where Slimsch ended up losing pretty badly to someone who brought all combo decks because they knew that Slimsch was going to bring control. And I've noticed that in these past couple seasons that Slimsch has been bringing aggro more. So I think he's realized that some people have pegged him for that, and is switching it up now.
Yeah, I just remember the last time we played, he Harrisoned my Doomhammer, and so I assumed he was just going to play Control Warrior again.
It's Slim. She's always going to find a way to convince himself that Cthulhu Warrior is good, and then he realizes that Cthulhu Warrior isn't good, and then he just pivots to Control Warrior. It's a good line of thinking.
The one thing I will say about Slimsch is he is a student of the league and a student of the game in so many ways. He has the read on his opponents almost every week. If you look at Double O's 2 weeks ago, Slimsch brought Rogue when he's been saying don't bring Rogue most of the season because he knows Double O's plays Priest and slower mage decks and all that. He plays decks that Rogue is generally favored against, and Rogue got banned Slimsch 3-0'd anyway. So he is all about analyzing his opponent and adapting, and that's a skill that I'm working on, but I'm not at that level yet. And every time I played against Slimsch, I feel like I'm one step behind. So this was unfortunately, but predictably in line with what I expected.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point you bring up. And he did, in his interview, he definitely seemed like he was a step ahead, just in his preparation. You could win and lose THL matches just in preparation. And I think a lot of players take that lightly. Especially players that are busier with their life schedules. They just kind of submit and then they go into their match and they don't even really look at the matchups.
Yep, I looked at my matchup for an hour today, but I wish I had done more research ahead of time. Slimsch last week did bring Druid Mage Paladin Warrior, but the week before he adapted, and I should have expected him to adapt this week, which is why I expected him to bring Taunt Warrior, because I generally tend to play aggro decks. And I figured that he would bring something that was a clear counter there, but he next leveled me.
Yeah, you can't ever expect someone to bring Priest. You can't be like, well, this guy's going to bring Priest, unless they're known for playing Priest. It's hard to just call a Priest pick out of the air.
Not even WWLOS brings Priest. He's the Priest expert.
Is there even such a thing as a Priest expert? Do you want to call yourself a Priest expert?
That's what he calls himself. But yeah.
Prohibition Syndicate.
Oh. Okay, I don't get it.
I'd say I'm the next priest expert.
You have Golden Priest Atruchi. That's just a fail.
Yeah, I think I have like 90 wins on my priest.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
like
same.
20 wins on Priest. Like, I don't even play the class like ever.
Feels bad for you guys.
Yeah, we're just enjoying all the classes that actually have game. Yeah. Any of these interview questions that you guys want to go over?
I'm not even on the screen.
Oh, jeez. All right, so you get to meet Ben Brode at BlizzCon. You get to say one thing to him. What will you say to him? Thanks for putting up with the internet. Do you think Ben Brode has it that bad?
The number of people that I see that tweet about how Ben Brode is fixing their matchmaking and tagging him is ridiculous. Right?
Really?
Like,
That's a thing?
It is absolutely a thing. He is a figurehead for every bad luck and every bad RNG roll in the entire game. People will tag him specifically saying, "You're fixing my matchmaking." They will blame him for everything wrong in Hearthstone, even though they were playing for hours a day.
Yeah, actually, there is a player I follow on Twitter. I'm not going to say his name, but that is constantly
Exactly who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah, that is constantly tagging Ben Brode whenever he's like having a bad experience. Now that you say that,
Yeah,
and you might even know this player, so
pretty sure I do.
I'll tell you off stream. We'll probably talk about the same guy. He's super annoying. Uh, also, like, so you've been practicing a lot of Nilfgaard spies. Like, what about Nilfgaard spies that that appeals to you?
That I was practicing with Parker beforehand, and I ran Nilfgaard Spies. I actually lost to his Scoia'tael Control. Before that, I was playing Nilfgaard Reveal, and it crushed his Queensguard deck. Really, there's some broken interactions in the new beta where Vikavar Medic and Vikavar Novice will trigger on the Emissary, and you can start off turn 1 pretty easily with 19 power, so which is kind of ridiculous.
I don't think any of us play Gwent, so I didn't really understand what you were saying, but it sounded really cool. All right, but I think we're gonna call it a stream. We've got a lot there, and we've been streaming for a while. But RidiculousHat, thanks for coming on. Definitely appreciate it. Before we go, did you have any questions for us?
I just wanted to say, if you ever need another loss for Friday Night Fight, you let me know. I got some.
But you know what? This one wasn't as bad as the GNets game. Like, the GNets game was just a dismantling. Like,
Don't even bring it up.
Well, so that one I made fundamental sequencing and gameplay identification errors. This one, I made a couple of those and mostly just got completely tore up, but through less fault of my own. So I feel better about that. That's progress, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, the two players you lost to in Friday Night fights are absolute studs. So I mean, I wouldn't be worried about it.
Yeah, it's THL is hard, especially in this new metagame, and really our team environment, the pod people, we're all busy people. We're really just about having a good time and getting along with each other, sharing in our victories, and sharing condolences when we lose. So we're not looking to be the next Team Rank 5. Well, Team Rank 5 isn't looking to be the next Team Rank 5 right now, but we're not.
Shots
we're not
fired.
looking to be the next whatever team is good this season. I don't know which one.
Aeon.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not looking to be the next super competitive team. We're looking to have a good time and just learn and work together. So I'm still happy about our role in the league, and I'm happy with the direction THL is going in. So it is what it is. I'm not here just to win. I like winning, but I'm also here to have a good time.
It's a fun league, so I mean, like, that's what we're here for. We're here to have fun. It's like I know, like, people hate hearing this, but we're not playing for millions of dollars. We're playing for the love of the game, so you might as well have fun.
Yeah, I want to win. Don't. Think
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, and I'm gonna practice and go back to the drawing board next week. But it's I got my one game. I'll take it.
I'm with you, buddy. But thanks again for coming on. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Sounds good.